So, the last time in Curse of Strahd, there was more Scooby-Dooing around the castle, trying to find and interview some of Strahd's brides to figure out who might be going behind his back and doing some shady stuff. Not a huge amount of success, but gaining some valuable information here and there from Valenta and Ludmilla, and now searching through the castle for Anastasia. Prior to that, you all had a run-in with a interesting female tiefling who turned out to be a werewolf, and she ended up Scooby-Dooing through the castle with you guys. You all ended up finding who she was looking for and managed to help them escape. And somewhat uneventfully, but safely, ended up parting ways, with Strahd seemingly being none the wiser. And they, as far as you all were aware, made it out of the castle completely unharmed and escaped under Strahd's nose. And you all continued exploring around the castle. We had left you guys where you had just left the study talking with Ludmilla and come across a large spiral staircase. And as you came into this spiral and Gaynor began walking up the stairs further, just going up as you looked down and didn't see anything much down there except a small square stair that continues further down into the castle. As you look up, you see this bright red light above you, and then it just pulses heavily before settling back into a dim, rhythmic, pulsing glow. And I believe you should all be able to see that.
Yep.
And as you look up, this tower just spirals hundreds of feet into the sky, and 60 or 70 feet so below you. Crooked stairs the entire way up. The interior wall is just all this beautiful looking mosaic. And then at the center is this source of this light, this orange, ruby colored light that just seems to be pulsing from this. Looks like a heart almost.
Yes. What in the bloody hell is that thing?
It looks like more magic stuff. Mage,
Right.
can you do your thing, Mage?
He kind of looks over at you and just, not a mage. He kind of reaches his hand up and just he casts detect magic at will around this entire place. Currently around you guys, he doesn't sense any magic in this area, but you're maybe it's 120 feet up or so of the spiral staircase before you get to that thing. And he's just got detect magic on if you want to continue up the staircase, or you can go down or any other way you'd like to.
Alright, I'll look at the party and I'm just like, well, I guess we should go up, but I don't trust that thing. I'm gonna try to stick close to the walls.
Large, bright objects tend to kill people.
Yep.
We also have that. There's a thing that we should be looking for.
Right.
Can't.
Okay.
Leonard kind of looks
don't-
over in your direction. Wasn't there something about the thing with the cards and the
Yes. Yeah. Yep. I don't want to elaborate much. Walls of ears, potentially.
He kind of like nods in your direction.
Also, Elmon tilts his head, he goes, so, I know we got a couple things. Let's put it on the docket. And he looks over at Gaynor again, he's like, that thing you picked up. The body. You know, might look into this soon. Look into that. I can't do it, but you have the bill. Well, someone else does.
Yep. And have you done anything since the long rest? Because you did all that stuff before, right? Because you used the book before the night before. You hadn't used it.
I don't think. I don't think because I don't think he did it with the axe. No, we did. No, we did. We
Because you
no.
did the axe and the sword.
And the sword, but then we
Didn't
have the
do
long rest.
medallion. Right, and then you have the long rest. Yep. So it should be able to be used.
Yeah.
I mean, he could take 10 minutes and write it into the book if you want it. For the necklace thing, you mean?
Yeah. Do you think we should look at that, Bradwin? We could. Oz.
Anybody?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
I reckon.
And she.
Now?
Yes, run now.
Oh, please.
Okay.
Is a stairwell a good place to be spending 10 minutes looking at a thing?
Do you have a better idea?
18.
Is there a hallway we could duck in?
Oh, wait.
Or
Currently, just the openings that you had seen basically here and here on the platform below you, where you're basically standing at more or less on the map, that would lead out to like the causeways of the exterior of the castle. But the staircase just continues up. It does seem to have a couple of branch off points further up, and obviously 60 feet down is just like the floor of it. It's
maybe
open,
not in the middle of
staircase
this hallway. Maybe in some place we could dip into, a place that we feel relatively safe at.
To be honest, I think that's only the rooms.
Well,
I would have made it.
so you guys going up? Can I get a marching order if you are continuing to ascend?
Oh, God.
Um,
Middle?
I'll take just behind the front.
Okay.
Whoever's going first.
Who wants to go first? You want me to go first, or Brandon? Do you want to go first?
Sure.
Sure. What? That's not an answer.
I mean,
you
I'm just thinking
Let's
of like
come up
reflex.
here. No, let's go front because,
Oh,
I am Dex. I am Dex and Perception. Let's go.
Let's do it. Brown in the front.
This is dumb.
The tower.
that's the job you signed up for. You're supposed to be the scout.
No, I'm not.
Let's be the scout.
Well, you got me right behind
I was
you. You're
good
right.
at bringing up the rear.
And I'm going to be in between Mage and Osgood just in case they do something dumb.
Probably smart.
I left a
Oh.
flask of oil.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
I don't have
Okay.
any oil. Don't worry about
Yes,
it.
I know.
Yeah, I have
I'm
all the
aware
oil.
we've taken the oil at this
Yes.
point.
there's a reason why I have 11 bottles of oil.
Only 11? That seems like a paltry amount.
I'm running out.
Yeah, and as you all continue further and further up this staircase, just this pulse of a light just almost has like a humming rhythm to it, if that makes sense. And as you get closer, you can kind of make out what it's made out of. You're probably about 40 feet or so from it now, and it's clearly red crystal of some kind. I'm gonna do a thing.
Is
I
Genor's
think we
thing
should
picking up anything?
He's
Yeah, as you
tall.
guys get closer, I mean, he's still too far from that, but I'm gonna do a thing, because I need to copy you guys, because y'all have a marching order, and that's cute. Oh, that's good, I'm moving your token. Oop, there you go.
Oh, okay, yeah, I
Okay,
just jumped
paste.
across the entire gap.
You're good. Oh, hey, you're here. I don't need to copy and paste. I'm gonna copy and paste anyway.
That's a 40-foot gap.
Or copy and paste it anyway, because of things. And you're on the map. Have fun. Whee. Is everybody on a new map? Can everybody see?
Yes.
Yep.
Good. Don't fall off.
Yeah, I was just thinking
Did
that.
everything go dark, or is that just my page messing up?
Everything's fine for ours.
Okay.
Is it that Trovik can't see?
No, Trevor can
No, I can see. Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Also, I gave Trevor a torch.
see. Yeah.
Yeah, torch.
Yeah, he got a torch. He can fully see. Sorry. So, that goes goes up to there.
As the party sort of climbs towards the top of this tower, Osgood's
Mhm.
gonna kind of look uncomfortable and sort of be like, I don't think we should be heading up here.
Why?
Why?
Something tells me this thing's dangerous. It's just a hunch, but I mean, when something like this comes up, have we ever really been wrong?
Yes.
I
Many times. My
mean-
20's being a button, so.
I mean, that's. I mean, and I guess I look around. I'm like, what is gonna go wrong? I mean,
I don't know.
we got.
It looks like a damn sun.
Yeah.
Do you not think that this could set us all on fire or some shit?
It's
It's
getting
Strahd's
hot.
goddamn castle. I just think that we should be careful.
Oh, of course. Be careful. I mean, the moment we see anything bad, we probably should just start heading back. But
Mhm.
I'm assuming, I'm assuming Miss Lovely Lady is probably at the top of this building, and she really wants to see me. I bet.
Right.
And
Also,
so
remember, right now we are more useful to Strahd alive.
Right.
And he also told us not to go to two certain places, and we haven't done that yet. He didn't mention
Yeah.
this.
And this is neither, so...
Mhm.
Plus, this entire castle sucks. Everything here is dangerous.
Mhm.
Also valid. Alright, fair enough. Let's go.
And trudging up the stairs, continuing this conversation, getting closer and closer to what now almost seems to have like golden veins like coming up off the top of it. It is very clearly carved to be a heart made out of crystal. And you all get to the staircase is a null staircase. I apologize. Useless map. Where's the non-useless map? Here it is. We're on an actual map with actual things. And that's still the thing. So yeah. Oh no. That's everybody everywhere, not where they're supposed to be. Anyway.
Oscar did jump off the thing.
Oscar did jump off the thing.
Oh no!
Sorry. I apologize.
I rolled
the
a 25.
The right map.
All the red light.
Yeah, all the red light. Super red light. Red light district, if you will. And at this point, this
Oh, God.
tower and the mosaics on the walls are enveloped in this red light. Just above you, about 20 feet up, continuing around the spiral, you see what appears to be like a platform. It almost kind of levels off before the spiral staircase continues up again. But like this platform is overhanging the empty gap. It's probably about that far out, just on the edge if you continue up.
Do I happen to feel? I've been just trying to monitor since Osgood said something. Does it feel like it's getting warmer, or does like the environment feel like it's changing any?
No temperature change. It's a little bit colder the higher up you get. It's
Okay.
top of the mountains, top of a spire. And you can feel a gust of wind coming from above you that just kind of like blasts down the tower constantly. It's just kind of sends a chill down your spine, but it's not really cold, if that makes
Gotcha.
sense. It's just like,
Kind of what you would expect
like a
climbing up
draft
a big
coming through a tower, yeah.
Yeah, like a big draft coming down through a tower. Kind of what you.
Yeah,
would
like if you were
expect.
going
Loose
up
tile
a
somewhere.
inside of a lighthouse, it would be
Yeah.
a similar effect if there was a draft coming from the top down.
Gotcha.
But I mean, and it almost resembles like a beacon in a lighthouse, if you will.
Sure.
The closer you get to it, it is just this, and every once in a while it will pulse like a bright crimson red, and then just back to this dull beating, just like almost like a humming light.
This feels like that scene in which Harry fought.
But you all make it to the platformed area itself, and now I'm going to move you again because things and stuff and things.
All the
No.
maps, all the maps, all the maps.
all the
Oh.
maps.
Oh, wow.
All the maps. Sorry. So as you get to about Mir on the staircase, Bramman, what's your passive perception?
It's something ridiculous.
Something
It's
ridiculous.
19.
Fair enough. So as you guys are climbing this little bit of stair, and you see a staircase that continues to wind further upwards, you notice a number of ornate weapons seem to line this wall, just all the way around this flattened layer in like a semicircle around the room. It's a bunch of like ornate pikes and halberds, spears, glaives, mostly polearms and two-handed weapons, but they seem to be in mounts on the wall in like a semicircle on this flat.
I give an appreciative nod.
And you do notice that there is an opening that leads to apparently the exterior outside in general in this direction, and then the staircase that goes further up, as well as now this massive beating crystal heart just in the center of this tower. And even when you're on this flat rise, if you get to the platform, it's probably about 10 feet out from you and maybe about 5 to 10 feet above you, even from right here.
Wow. And I'm gonna carry on this way. Let people come closer.
Of course. And everything in this room is just like a crimson red when you're this close to the light.
Kelmo's just looking around, was like, this is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in my life. I don't like it.
Told you.
You getting anything?
Whatever it was, it doesn't happen.
Gaynor is just like looking around, and as you've gotten up into this point, he just kind of looks at this crystal and at everything, and he's just, yeah, there's like magic everywhere here. It's like as soon as you got up onto this rise, the crystal heart gives off like an enchantment aura, and some of the weapons on the walls give off an enchantment aura, and like he's just, once you get here, he's almost bombarded with this, and he informs you of such.
I get a feeling we need to get out of this room. If May just freaked out, then I think that's a bad sign for us.
Not freaked out, more
sensory overload.
Sensory overload of like, took a step up this flight, and like this 30 feet of the tower is coated in magic.
Got it.
Like the rest of the tower was just like think a metal detector when it's just not going off, and then it just explodes.
Blasting.
Yeah. It's that. And it's that's always the way I like to think detect magic in the first place. It's just like,
okay.
Well, doesn't everything in here is just now just like giving off an extra
off
light
like
on top of all of this red light.
Right, it's like a red light and like a different colors and hues of all this other stuff. It's disorienting a little bit.
We found a Civil War musket, boys.
And you can see that the tower does spiral further upwards, and it does get tighter as it goes upwards, as many towers do. Bramwin, as you're looking over this floor, being in front, I guess everybody would see this, but you being the first up here, the tower continues to go up. There's nothing attached to this thing.
What do you mean attached to this thing?
I mean, this is a crystalline heart floating in the top center of this tower, just floating here. There's tower that goes above it. It does not go all the way to the ceiling.
Cool. This is yeah, wonderful.
Disturbing's an understatement. And give me a second because I have a thing and stuff. Oh no, there's a text thing that I missed. I'll have to find it. Oh well. Oh no, NPC. Where's it at? There. I want an NPC. Okay, cool. Yeah. but you all are on this platform, standing, admiring, looking around the room. You have a alleyway out. You can go back down. You can go further up.
Up or out?
It does look like it's another 50 or so feet up. Is there anything relevant? Or out onto the causeway. And it is starting, it has been raining, but it continues to rain. Music and rain. Because I had rain.
So what should we do?
Glance.
Should we go down this hallway or keep going up? Because I don't like want to be around this thing.
You're all getting very uncomfy vibes.
We
we
can check the hallway on the way down, because we're gonna have to come down at some point.
Okay, then let's keep on going up. Let's get away from this thing.
Absolutely. Alright, so as you continue going up the stair.
And I'm hugging the wall the entire time to keep as far away from this thing as possible.
Absolutely. And as you all hug the wall, super creepy. You get to the next, What's the...
Hold up a sec.
What to say? I was good. I think you're the lowest dex in the party, right?
My dex save is a +8.
Your dex save is a +8. Oh, you're not bad then. No.
That's
have
the
a
same as
+2
my
dex.
deck save.
Yeah, no, so you're good. Okay. So I'd say none of you have the issue with it, but some of the stairs, like in this part of the tower that continue up, are not even.
Mhm.
These are much more like, almost like off-angled stairs or offset stairs to make ascending them more difficult.
Sure.
I'm looking up an ability because I'm not sure if my ability to like see the dark past of something requires me to touch it.
Okay.
Grim psychometry, when I have to be touching it, or a location I am present in. Oh. Can I make an
I'd
intelligence
say-
history check to recall information about a darker past about this heart? Or the area around it?
I'd say this would be more so the object rather than the area. You'd have to be able to touch it.
It's
If you can reach out 10 feet and
okay.
touch it, that's fine, but it's not like this area is the special thing. It's the object itself you're looking for. You know what I mean? So I'd say if you can touch it,
Okay.
you can make the check.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to touch that shit, so no.
It's on you. Trevor can throw you. I know you can make it.
No,
but
that's
I don't know
an
if you'd want
incredibly
to.
stupid idea. I am not gonna do that. I don't want to
there's
die.
party ideas, but no, I would say you'd have to touch it.
Damn it.
Sorry. Them
I-
rules. I mean, you can make the check. It's just gonna be the DC is gonna be real high. Like,
Yeah, no. Yeah, I think that's totally a fair call. Don't worry about it.
so, as you all continue to ascend, the 50 or so feet, once you all get out of 30 feet range of this, Gaynor kind of like takes a deep breath and the sensory overload stops. And you guys put a little bit of distance between yourself and this thing, holding onto the wall very carefully, making sure not to slip or fall. The stairs come to an end in a small, dark, dreary room. There... Is that what it is? That is what it is. Interesting. You see a small wooden bed frame in the center of this room. It's on like a raised platform. And actually, map. Because all the maps...
Bed up here?
There's a bed up here. I'm gonna do this.
Somebody like sleeping in the dark.
Sorry, copy and paste maps. Yes.
I can see. Because
There
technically
is-
I can't see the bed yet.
Oh.
Because there's a wall.
Well, there's a wall. Oh, there's a wall. Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, and as you ascend the staircase, I mean, you'd be at the top of the staircase. I was just putting you in place to... I didn't know there was a invisible wall there that was actually a wall. But yeah, as you kind of round to the top of this staircase, you see a bed in the center.
This is your bed. Oh,
There is what appears to be an iron chest at the foot of the bed, and a wooden ladder that seems to climb up towards the ceiling. But it runs straight into what seems to be stone at the top of the tower. So you got the bed in the center, and then ladder here as the room looks.
I'm
and the
gonna
ceiling's
take a
probably
long
about-
stick from my bag and poke the chest.
Sure. As you take a long stick, you reach it up to poke the chest. You hear a heavy thud.
I guess you're in the room or coming
okay.
past us then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta
no,
walk
just
in the
walk-
room, guy.
Yeah, I'll probably.
Move your
Oh yeah,
token, do what
sorry,
you do.
no.
It's on the map.
I figured I
Move
was just
people.
in the room.
I mean, okay.
Where's my
Wait.
token on this map? Oh, over here. Fuck. I was like scrambling around the map trying to see where the hell I am.
Alright.
There, right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've been moved back.
There you go.
Over here.
Yes. So.
I was
as
like
you-
in the bottom of the middle map. I was like
Mhm.
thinking there was a room over there, but I just couldn't see it.
No room over there. So, as you poke it with a stick, you hear a thud of wood on iron.
Okay. He puts the stick away.
I just start kind of glancing around the room just to see, like,
Absolutely. And you notice as you kind of take a gander, there, on one of the walls, there appear to be manacles attached. As you all kind of like look around a little bit further, the bed itself seems to have leather restraints tied to it.
Oh god.
The foot chest at the end of the bed, there is an emblem sculpted into the top of the iron chest, or into the lid itself.
gotcha.
But yeah, you got the
Mm.
manacles on the wall. The towers, the ladder.
Oh. Can I take a look at the chest?
Sure.
Oh, I want to check it for traps before I attempt to open it.
Absolutely. Make a sleight of hand check.
Why are you
Or no, I'm
rolling
sorry, it's a
there?
perception for that. I apologize.
Okay, my
Uh,
dice are doing weird things
Your
again.
dice are doing weird things. Sorry, make an investigation check. I apologize. Investigation check. to
That's
see if
good, I
it's
just
trapped.
wasted a nat one.
Dice waste.
Hey, way better.
Yes!
The chest is locked. However, it does not appear trapped.
Okay, so I want to unlock it. That's a sleight check.
I wander over to the
Make a
this
sleight of hand
ladder,
check. Yep.
and while she's looking at that, I'm just gonna be checking out the ladder.
Oh, Jesus, with your sleight of hand. Yeah, you managed to pop the lock of the chest open, and the chest like heaves and gives a heavy sigh as like you begin to creak open the top of it. Kelma, as you go over and look at the ladder, you notice it just rises into what appears to be where it's perched up onto the ceiling. And it seems to be in like a fixed slot attached to the ceiling. Like the top of the ladder is in like fixed holsters.
Okay. Does it? I mean, is there like a trap door on the top of this ladder, or?
Yeah, I mean, you could presume there's. You don't see a handle or anything like that, but the ladder leads up to the ceiling. Like it's,
Gotcha. Okay.
You know, if it's not a trap door, you don't know why the hell the ladder's mounted to the ceiling.
True.
Yeah, I know, right? The holstered ladder, the real big bad.
I know.
A ladder slinger. The ultimate gunslinger.
Branwyn, as you pop open the chest, you only see one thing in the chest. Well, two things, I should say. You see a fancy royal purple silk pillow. And sitting on top of the silk pillow is a golden crown that is jeweled and encrusted with jewels and gemstones and things like that.
Hey, Gano. Is your detect magic still going?
Yeah, it's losing its mind. That is enchanted. That is enchanted.
You know?
It is enchanted. Because you can at will these things, so.
And now is the time we take time to look at things.
Cursed.
And he kind of looks at you. We use the book on the necklace thing or whatever this crown thing is.
Well, can he do both?
He can. The book is the automatic one. The identify is the spell cost.
Well, he probably wants.
He probably would do both, but I just want to make sure that identify is the spell cost and he has it, and it's not something else missing. So yeah.
I'm guessing that he probably would, since the crown seems like the bigger thing. He probably would use the book and the crown.
Probably. Apologies. So he will use the book on the crown, and then he will also identify on the necklace. The necklace. Are you doing anything while you all are taking the time to do these things? You're looking at the ladder and the rift.
Yeah, I'm just kind of going around the room, just kind of checking out the room and.
While I find the stuff, you do that.
Yeah.
I'm
just searching around and I wander over to where Brandon is and looking at this crown. I'm just like, and Kelma just was like, person strapped in a bed and a crown. Looks like maybe the last owner.
It's not what I was thinking.
What were you thinking?
Let's see what the crown is first. I think our plan with Irina might not be something we should think or consider anymore. If this is what I think it is.
Sounds good to me. I don't trust that guy. Find out for sure.
He would keep his word so long as we kept ours. That's why I suggested what I did. He's honor bound still. He's still a noble.
Honor bound. Noble.
Apologies. I am having issues finding what the hell this thing does. So I will share this with you first because I have this. So the medallion, the necklace that he uses the identify spell on, is me.
Hey guy.
Yes. And apologies, I now need to find the damn thing that I can't find, because of course I can't find it. When I need the stat block, it's not where I need it to be.
Oh. Okay. I see.
That's in your possession now. You can figure that one out.
God, I wish I had a bag of holding right now.
Yeah, I know.
We should leave this somewhere. We shouldn't have this.
So this this magic-y crown is.
We were literally carrying around a pocket camera.
Yeah. We need to leave it somewhere.
Oh god, did we just let one of the hags see the entirety of fucking Strahd's castle?
Yes.
Possibly.
There we fucking go.
I mean, I'm assuming someone's had it in a bag, so not so much, but like,
Yeah.
oh,
Ooh.
hello, this is not what
Bro.
I think it is. Okay,
You
that's
said
good.
crown.
It
You
is
said
a
crown. I was thinking crown.
It is not this helmet, but
Oh.
it is the closest art that I have to it.
Oh, okay.
And this is the stats are basically the same. It is a royal crown of Ravenloft, but it shares these stats with a helm of brilliance.
Prismatics.
Okay. I'm glad this isn't what I thought it was. That's nice. Wonderful.
Holy crap.
Question. Hold on.
That's
Give me
brutal.
1 second. That's a good question. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. So it's basically a crown of brilliance, more or less, and a amulet is a Haggai.
Yeah. This is.
Who needs the crown?
We can't take anything from the castle.
Gaynor kind of looks at you and just.
But the axe.
We can't take anything from the castle.
Kamal looks at Trovic. I'm like, got to leave your axe behind, I think.
Well, I mean,
All right, everybody, strip naked. We can't take anything out of the castle.
I haven't left the castle, technically.
Yeah.
Yet. This is. But. We need to move this. This needs to be somewhere else.
Okay. Well, I guess you grab it and.
Do you want to take it? Yeah, Gaynor kind of looks at you.
I'm pocketing it. I'm hiding it.
Okay. All right.
But this needs to be somewhere where we know where it is.
I hope you realize how incredibly stupid it is if he catches us with that.
This is why we're going straight back to our rooms.
Uh-huh. Right.
What should we
This
do
is-
with this stupid hag's eye? There's a ladder. Maybe it's atop of the tower.
We
and
throw it down the tower.
Well, supposedly, according to what Gaynor says, if we destroy it, it hurts the people in the coven. It might be an easy way to great enemies, aka the hag that we recently talked to.
The likelihood is it's from that coven. There are 3 of them.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just kind of want to mess with it. I kind of want to put it on like a water
Where
wheel
did we?
and just
Where did we
watch
find this?
We found it on. Oh, we found it on the bottom of the elevator. It's the thing that my kinsman killed.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes. You do
Oh.
recall
Hang on.
the necklace from the body of the thing?
Was that thing working with Strahd? Did
We don't know.
Mm.
Maybe Strahd has spies. Maybe the hags are checking out Strahd for
it
their
was
own
a
protection.
mongrel folk, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen them working in the castle. They were serving us dinner, right?
Some of them, yes.
So,
Okay.
either 2 things. Either A, the hags are working with Strahd, or B, the hags are basically spying on Strahd.
B
but-
sounds more likely.
Yeah, because don't hags work on their own? They don't like anyone else except for their sisters.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Plus, we don't know how old those hags are. They might be older than Strahd taking power in this area.
Keep that necklace in a bag. Don't let it see anything.
All right,
Gaynor,
Bet.
I think I have the who had the necklace?
shoot, who did have the necklace?
I don't know. I don't think none of us actually. I think we say we grabbed it, but no one
somebody
actually.
grabbed it. Yeah, nobody actually claimed it. But
I
yeah.
think it was either you, DB, or it was Wicked.
We'll just say I have it, and
No,
Oh.
no, it was Over. Over grabbed it because Over
Okay.
detected magic and then Over grabbed it.
That's
Oh,
right,
yeah,
'cause
that's
then you
right, that's
picked
right,
it
that's
up.
right.
You're right. Okay. You know what? Can't overdo this. Or did he ever take that wand back from you, Branman?
I don't think I took it in the first place.
You didn't take it in the first place. Okay.
yeah, I think he had it.
Yeah, then he would use it in the situation. And quite clearly you can know, or he points out that there is the frame of the trapdoor above that staircase, or that ladder, wherever that leads to, God knows. But
I go up to the ladder. Go, like, well, looks like there's one more floor above. I can check it out.
Sure. If you wish.
Sure.
Okay. Go, but I'm real careful when I
Yeah, for sure.
open up that trapdoor.
And taking all the precaution necessary, you just kind of like lift up on this stone. And it's actually not stone once you put your hand on it. It is like a wood trapdoor. It's just painted to look exactly like the stone. It matches enough that it's decent. And as you raise up this wood paneling, immediately you're met with the sound of the weather and the rain, and just like rain coming down from this hole slightly. As you perch it up, it's a open, flat top point of this tower with
Gotcha.
criminal around.
I slowly stick my head out just to make sure there isn't anything waiting for me up there.
Yeah. Just the clouds above, letting off thunder and lightning. Bats flying around the castle. Nothing really messing with you.
I just stick my whole head out and just look around the entire area just to see if I see anything of interest.
Absolutely. Make a perception check for me. Okay. So, as you're looking around, you don't really notice much about the surrounding area. You don't notice that down there because it's too far away. Okay. As you're kind of like looking off out past the castle, just into the clouds and into the sky, you're standing on this massive tower on the very top of Castle Ravenloft. And you see the thunderclouds in the distance almost begin to shift in shape. And it takes you a moment, and you're not quite sure. You almost feel like you're losing focus, but it almost looks like the clouds in the distance are shaping in the form of like Strahd's face. Oddly similar, like fluffy clouds turned to sharp, jagged edges in the distance.
Sure. I just kind of look around and I just kind of look at the clouds, and I'm just like, huh. And I wave at the clouds. And then I slowly work my way down the ladder again and stick the panel.
Yep, for sure.
And I turn to the group of like, I'm not sure what I just saw, but I think I saw Strahd's face in the clouds.
The man's a goddamn narcissist. Makes sense.
Also, he's probably, again, watching every move we do, so...
Sorry, Strahd.
I waved at him, so...
God.
Of course you did. But yeah.
Alright, well...
Nothing.
You want to go down to that hallway?
Nowhere else to go. Gaynor kind of like shrugs his shoulders and looks around this room. Doesn't think of anything else magical.
It's true, and we still have your favorite person in the world to find.
Before we leave, Kalmon just his head kind of turns aside for a second and goes, let me check something out. And I just immediately drop into like a push-up position, and I look under the bed.
Okay. Under the bed. You don't see anything.
Oh. There's nothing down here.
Nothing down there. Stones are cold. As you're gonna press your hands against the floor to do so, but nothing under the bed.
Alright.
You do see where the leather straps that are adorning the top of the bed are like faceted to a metal bar on the bottom. But under the bed's empty.
I still think this is a torture room.
I mean, either a torture room or holding cell of some type. My only guess is whoever was being held there used that thing that Branwen has now.
Right.
Hmm.
Sounds like it's rather powerful to torture somebody with, though. Can you imagine just blasting a wall of fire on somebody as a method of torture?
I don't think this was used for that. This is
I-
just being stored here.
I think
That-
the person who owned that was
Right.
from this room.
Right. I was going to say, that sounds like a very quick way to kill a person.
Mm-hmm. Which is not effective torture. Just saying.
Indeed.
Well, let's go
You never
downstairs.
Yep.
Okay, while they're talking, he just starts walking downstairs.
Yeah, Gaynard's gonna be behind you. Going downstairs. Going downstairs. Everybody going downstairs?
Yep.
Everybody going
Yep.
downstairs.
You never know,
Moving
you could always
everybody
interrogate somebody in
downstairs.
the afterlife.
Moving everybody down the stairs. Reverse order down the stairs.
Reverse order down the stairs. Yeah, we did
Oh,
just
no.
reverse the order almost.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh yeah, almost.
Okay. So, as you descend down the stairs, Gaynor is going to turn off his detect magic to not get a blasting headache.
You said there was weapons and stuff all over the walls, right?
Yeah,
Like,
they're
did any of
in
the,
like holsters and things, but
did they? What kind of weapon? They just a bunch of swords? Anything interesting, useful looking?
pikes, halberds, spears, javelins, a longsword here and there. Nothing.
Okay.
I mean, they're all ornate. They're all very. They don't look to be sharp per se, but they're all decorative.
Okay, they're
It's
more.
very-
That's what I was thinking. They were decorative. But I was just saying
Yeah,
if
they're
any of them
very.
looked.
They just adorn the walls almost in like a spiral fashion. Like
Gotcha.
some places would have like shields and certain mounts, but these are just like weapons and certain mounts in the same concept. Yep, you got the hallway out. And as you look out onto the hallway, the rain pours down and makes the flagstones wet. Looking out, you would see the next tower over, the south tower, across this little bridge walkway, and standing on the south tower, across the walkway, is the familiar
Strahd.
dressed in red third bride of Strahd.
Huh.
Kelma's best friend, per se.
Where is she?
Can you not see her?
No.
No, you don't have a visual.
No.
That's Garbo. Oh, that's
I
Garbo.
can't
Huh.
prove my token.
Why
We
can't
fade
you
into
be
darkness.
token?
And then it's like,
There. Now you can be token.
I
Sorry,
think
light.
she was trapped in a wall.
She was trapped in a wall. All the light. Come here, light. You come here, token.
Bradman
Light.
has been banished into the walls of Castle Ravenloft for the rest
Yeah.
of time.
Been
Apologies,
banished
apologies.
to the dark realm.
I'm so
Yep.
sorry.
She lost a
DM
new duel
sucks.
in a Yu-Gi-Oh game with Strahd. Strahd pulled out that blue eyes white dragon and everybody was fucked.
Huh, there you go. That should work, right?
Yep, there she is.
Cool, perfect. Because of course she is. And you see her standing on the tower, kind of staring off into the distance as it's raining down on her.
I kind of whisper back to Branwell, I'm like, found my buddy. You might want to do the talking.
Yes. What have we got to say to her other than we're sorry we crashed her party?
I mean, we same questions I guess we asked the other ones, trying to figure out, what they know about each other and what might be going on. But I'm gonna hang back, because But if she does something stupid, trust me, I'll correct her.
Gaynor kind of looks at you and just asks, "Oh, you had enough fun at dinner, huh?
Always.
Poke the bear anymore? You sure?"
We're trying to get information now. I had fun at dinner.
I mean, sparring in the rain and on top of a very large tower several thousand feet off the ground is a great way to have a conversation.
Sure.
Right.
And
So-
I just look at Brandon like, this is your business.
Yep. And this is the one. Fun. Yep, cool. I stroll out, trying my best not to look like an idiot
Perfect.
strolling out in the rain.
Perfect. As you stroll out into the rain, across the bridge with the slick flagstones, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me. And Kelma, you as well.
Okay.
I don't think either of you would have a problem.
Nope. I'm good.
Perfect.
Hurrah.
As you walk out from the shelter of the tower itself, a heavy gust of wind blasts from the east towards you,
Taking.
lighting you a little bit, but managing to keep your balance, and it's only stone and wind after all. You manage forward to the round flat of the second tower, where you notice on the western side of you a small staircase that continues downward, and
Yeah.
Anastasia standing not but 20 feet in front of you on the tower.
We just got hit by a tropical storm as the storm and this thing started going. It is great.
I'm just gonna kind of walk over. Is this battlements done here?
Battlements, yes. Sorry, that whole wall is battlements.
Cool. I'm
It's
just
okay.
gonna kind of stroll over and take a look. Kind of look out of the view casually.
And as you stroll forward, you're casually looking out. It is a bleak, ugly day, and you're looking down in the direction of the small town of Barovia, down the cliff face. This is the sharper side of the cliff. And from the tower spire you're at, you can see the ground's edge of the castle wall, and that's maybe 30, 40 feet off from the side of the castle. And then below that is just a sheer 1,000, 1,500 feet down crag face. Just out looking over this, if you have any type of fear of heights, this is yeah, you're done.
Nightmare.
Yeah, pretty much. And
Nightmare.
even for people who don't have vertigo issues or heights issues, it's still kind of breathtaking.
Long way.
Yeah. And you just hear the impatient ticking of teeth as Anastasia seems to have noticed your arrival.
Quite the view from up here. It must be lovely when it's not raining.
It is. It's always raining. But when it's not, it's actually quite pleasant. Nobody tends to come up here because of... She kind of looks back. Well, you pass by it. So... Speaking of which, the hell brings you up here? And she kind of looks over at the bridge and she can just kind of see Kelma in the distance. And
I'm just leaned against this tower
Yeah.
wall, and I just kind of glance over and I just go, I like the rain.
Like, shakes her head at you and just looks back at Bramlin.
Ah, just exploring, seeing what's around. Did wonder if there would be a view. I was proven right. And I sidle up slightly closer to her. And I needed some air away from him. He's such an asshole.
Make a performance check for me.
Is it really a performance?
It's not.
Deception? Deception?
Deception.
Or performance?
Deception.
Oh.
Performance.
Oh.
Yeah, deception. Let's go deception.
I forgot that my performance is actually good.
She has a
It's
-2 to performance. It's fine.
I'd say do performance then. Performance is
It's
good.
fine. I should have rolled a deception. Do I have my advantage? Because she is non-hostile.
I mean, I think she's always hostile. I think.
Okay, that's fine. It's a 28.
Okay, that's fair. But I mean, in all honesty, she's the one y'all are pissed on the most. If there's anybody who's gonna be hostile,
That's fair.
that's completely fine. I'm just saying. I'm just setting the stage. She kind of cracks a bit of a smile, but she doesn't let it show, and then it kind of goes away pretty quickly. And she's just kind of looking out. I'm actually kind of surprised. I didn't think he'd actually let you spend the night in our home.
Well,
I don't know.
we all want the same thing in the end.
She kind of looks and. I mean, we all have our own wants, but I guess the greater good will have to do once in a while.
Oh, do you like it? Stuck here?
She kind of pauses a moment, looks at you, up and down, and then almost seriously. I'm happy anywhere Strahd is. That's the point.
That
If he's the Lord here, then I'm the Lord here. If we're not here anymore and he's not the Lord, I'm just a consort to a vampire.
I give her like a knowing nod. Fair enough.
Plus, I have family here. I have friends here. Unlike those other shrews, I actually came from nobility here. They might not want to be here. I love Barovia. A matter-of-fact tone in her voice. She kind of stares off once again.
Can I hear all this since I'm like right here?
They're not being quiet about it.
Can I do I have a passive insight of 16.
Yeah, I need you to make an insight check. Because DC would be 18, but yeah.
23.
Ha!
Not enough. You can sense there's some truth to this. It's not wholehearted truth, but it's bold-facing, more or less.
Gotcha.
Doesn't seem like she's outright lying about anything. She's just gonna kind of pause a moment and stare off into the distance.
No. I miss views like this from my home.
She just takes a moment, looks up from the view and over in your direction. You do carry yourself like one of us. It would make
Not
sense that
quite.
you, of all these rats, were nobility. Maybe that is what he sees in you. Anyway, did you all want something? I appreciate you. You're trying to get your fresh air and all, but you also did try and kill me at one point.
That is true.
Well,
No, I'll leave you to your thinking. Good day.
As Brandon walks by, Kelma just kind of says under his breath, he's like, he's still hiding stuff, not really lying.
No, she's not who we're looking for.
make a perception check for me as you're walking away.
Which
Both
one
of
of
you.
us? Both of us? Okay. Hey.
It's funny because mine's a +9.
Jeez.
And I still get that.
Good lord. Okay.
I'm actually happy with 17. My rolls, every time I do perception, my rolls are always trash. So I'm just
You
like...
say that. It was a 15 roll. That's a
Yeah.
good roll.
As you all are having this little talk right by this staircase that goes down, and right before the bridge, you're kind of looking and glancing over your shoulder at her as you're having this talk, and you see her just kind of reach up and put her hand on her head and like stumble for a moment before she recatches herself.
We both saw it, right?
Yeah, you both see it.
There you go. See that?
Yes.
Why would she stumble? That doesn't seem like even you wouldn't do that. Just standing there.
She's mental.
Or she's hurt. Or both.
That's something. Brain is telling me that words not lining.
You want to go talk to her again?
Something weird.
I'll have your back. I'll just get a little closer. I just didn't want her to focus on me.
Every time they go back, they got like half an inch closer.
Just like eventually everybody's just like right at the edge of the bridge leaning over and like sideways like
just listening in.
Are you quite alright?
Kind of takes her head off her forehead for a second and looks at you. I'm fine. Just a bad headache coming on, I guess.
Insight that.
Yeah, I was about to insight. I was about to insight the shit out of that one.
Oh yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, about right. Seems like a rough headache,
believes everything.
Branwyn. But Kelma, there's something up.
I just blurt out. I go, "Hey, stop bullshitting."
She looks over at you with just a glare and just, I beg your pardon.
I said,
Wince on
"Stop
her face.
bullshitting." Hey, you don't like me. I like you. You're fun to play with. But if you're hurt, stop bullshitting. I don't do no bullshit. Speak clearly.
Kind of just like rubbing her forehead. Seems like if she's in some intense amount of pain, headache or otherwise. But and she just kind of like straightens up. It's like, I thought you all were leaving.
And since I have medical, can I kind of give her like a look over just to see if I notice
Absolutely.
anything?
Sure, make a medicine check. The general distance medicine check. But yeah. Physically, she looks fine. She's showing the body signs of maybe some type of acute pain towards the head area, but I'm not quite sure what it is.
Oh.
Migraine.
Yeah, I actually get close to her this time. I'm like, and I look her like right in the eye. I go, there is something going on. I don't think you're the type to be hurting like this. What you are.
As you get in her face, she's she just kind of gives you a once-over look up and down as you all are getting closer, face to face, and she's just like, "You've gotten more brave since the last time." You can see her fangs more clearly now, but she just kind of like shrugs it off a little bit and looks at you, just like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And you're not quite sure what's what and who's what. Clearly, you can tell something's messing with her, but you're not sure what it is.
I straighten up, cross my arms. I'm like, well, I mean, you always mention it to your sisters. I mean, if you have it, the other two might have it. I'm sure they'll like to know.
She kind of looks across at you and just, I prefer them not knowing anything about me that they don't need to know, to be frank. And I'll have more rumors about me to spread around if you do give them that ammunition. I prefer you didn't. Thanks.
Seems like they pick on you a lot. We've had issues, but we had issues for a point. They seem to pick on you for no reason. And then I come again, like kind of leans forward again. He goes, "You're the oldest. Why aren't you the one picking on them? Isn't that the pecking order?"
She just kind of looks at you and... It's because I was the first. Doesn't mean that I'm currently the favorite. That's why there's a second and a third, and that's why he's trying to get that fourth. And you can just like see the disgust in her eyes as she says this.
I just look over at Brandon, kind of like, you know, almost like, and I just kind of go, well, I mean, favorite sometimes does stupid things. Who knows what these other brides are doing? You seem pretty loyal to Strahd. Seems like maybe the other ones may not be, but what do I know? You might not, you may know more.
She just kind of looks you over, gives you an up and down, and I mean, Valenta's young and stupid. Milla's always in her books. Don't know what I'm supposed to know more of, per se.
Strahd thinks one of you is against him. That's why we're still here.
She kind of pauses with this new information. Takes it.
I don't think it's you. That means there's 2 suspects.
You could become a favorite again. Unless, of course, you're the one. And then, you know, you could do talking. I consider myself a neutral party. I don't like anybody.
But pretty neutral. Internally.
You definitely do not hear this
I definitely do
conversation
not hear
over the
that.
wind.
I am joking. I am memeing. Don't worry.
Like, she must have been. We must have been screaming as a conversation.
Yeah.
Screaming
Through
over
the
the
window
wind.
of the parapets.
Yeah.
As she's talking with you all, and you're having this conversation about, she's kind of pondering what the other 2 might be up to, who might be a traitor. This new news that's kind of flooding into her. She would obviously catty talk about both of them for a moment. Nothing too in part. Trying to think. Sorry, give me a second.
I'm just
Spanner in the works.
I'm just imagining like people screaming over the wind at the top of their lungs, the voices bouncing around the entire goddamn castle.
And while she's distracted, I Spartan kick her off the edge.
Off the edge, and she flies back and throws
Yeah,
you
no,
off
that's
the-
basically what she'll do. She'll just fly back.
Yeah.
Roll initiative, motherfucker. Oh man. My only
No,
bloody note for Laventa is young, stupid.
As I'm sure as you kind
kinda
of
sums
for
her
a
up.
moment, she looks over at you all and just. I mean, it's nice to know you don't think it's me. Even if you dislike me, at least you respect me enough to know that. As far as Valenta goes, she has a big mouth. She has a small brain. If there's anybody to be manipulated, she'd be my best guess. I also wouldn't rule out Ludmilla. She's always plotting something. She seems to take off the castle at random times.
Interesting.
Usually flying from the South Tower, but she's been known to go out the belfry from the back as well. Off in all manner of directions. It's quite strange.
Insight check.
Make an insight check.
See if she's
Also,
not
say,
20.
Nat 20.
Fucking
say you want
hell.
to see if she's bullshitting us instead of saying insight check. Just a heads up. Going forward, but yeah.
What if I want to mess with you?
She's a bullshitting, yeah.
I sigh. I'm just like,
If you want to
Remember-
mess with me, Chi, make sure to put it in parentheses and brackets so I can deal with it
Perfect.
appropriately.
Gotcha.
yeah. I sigh and I just shake my head. I go, hey. And I look her like dead in the eye. I go, first you cover up your headache, and now you're covering up what you're saying right now. You might think I'm a brute, but I'm not stupid. I just don't like people who try to do things that hurt people. You're hurting somebody. You were possibly trying to hurt a lot. So I stopped you. Simple. I'm a kind of a do this, do that kind of guy. And when I sense, once I sense that you're trying to be gray in your conversation, I pick up on it real quick. And then so this time I get real close. I go, look, I know I'm not your favorite, but I'm also somebody that you can honestly trust. let's be real here. Rod probably already knows. But we're trying to help out to get all of us out of here. Your feelings for him or against him, don't care. Your feeling for or against us, don't care. But don't BS us. You know more than what's going on.
She looks at you with almost a stone face and just... You speak about more than you know.
Then tell us.
I've told you everything I know. She says it very stubbornly. And she kind of looks you up and down. And she also... And for the record, you interrupted a party I was about to throw. And then you poisoned the people of the tavern. Just so we're clear. And she kind of turns her nose up at you. She looks at you and she says, I've told you everything I know. And I'm not... And she gets the word hiding about halfway out. And you just see another spike as she grabs towards her head. And drops down to one knee.
I look at Branwen, and at this time I kneel down next to her, and I look at Branwen like, what do you think?
No, I'm kneeling beside her as well. Your headaches seem to tell another story. Look, I know what our past is with you. And from what you've said, you seem to care for Strahd. If one of them is plotting against him, surely you'd want to help us find that person. And I would really, really like to roll a persuasion check. If I can, please.
Yeah, for sure.
Natural 20.
Hey, 27.
Fuck,
Hi.
that was close. That was one fucking spot off.
As you're kneeling down beside her, and you lean in and say this, she kind of looks at you. Like, down on one knee, she looks up at you. And you see the face of this woman, just like looking up. She's almost in tears. And still a cold, angry exterior, almost like hateful in her eyes. But behind that mask, she almost looks like she's uncontrollably crying and in pain. And she just kind of looks at you and tries to form words. Can't seem to make any words happen.
I whisper in her ear, and I go, you are the one. Rod, no. If that's the case, don't say anything. Just nod at one of us. And maybe we could talk about seeing how we can help you.
She kind of looks at you and just this trembling, shaking face. She shakes her head back and forth, side to side.
Okay. Oh, she said I said nod at one of us. She shook her head.
I know. No, I'm just trying to think. I look back at the others and I call forward Osgood.
I come forward. I actually kind of figured this would happen, so I already have kind of a plan in place, but I'm curious to see what you end up doing.
Walk up forward then, in characters.
Sort of make my way forward and look her over. Under my breath, I sort of mutter, "This is like what he was trying to do to me. Interesting. Do you think this is What's going on?
You? I know you
Aye.
can speak to people in their minds. Her.
Aye.
Mhm.
I like there's a raise of the eyebrows and sort of like an oh, and he sort of nods a couple times quietly, moves around Kalma, sort of taps him on the shoulder. This might possibly end up in me getting hurt, I get the feeling, but let's give it a go. And I sort of crouch down next to her and sort of look at her, and in her head she'll hear this, don't freak out, and there's like a pause. What's going on? This is not normal headaches. This is magical, isn't it?
You just hear her in your head. I have no clue what the hell is going on. It's intense pain. The shit hurts.
I nod once or twice. I kept feeling a weird pain in my head around Strahd earlier.
She kind of says, well, yeah, because,
He doesn't like me. I nod.
yeah, but I don't think this is that.
Right.
Is basically what she says.
Can I like?
I mean, you can speak with her just fine in her head, but it's
Oh, I was gonna say, can I make an Arcana check with +6 to see if there's any kind of magical disease that I would be able to recognize from this?
make an Arcana check.
Sure. That's a 15. Unless it's
Nothing-
related to Fey Fiends or the undead.
Nope. Nothing you can get from it other than something
look at-
magical.
I look confused. Something magical, but nothing that I would be able to really make entirely clear work of. This seems far worse than a headache, though. This seems closer to a migraine or some kind of disease. If I could be entirely clear and give my wholly unfounded opinion. I haven't seen this before, really, but I imagine that this is not simply a headache. There's more to this.
You don't have anything. I guess. Okay.
Are you saying this in our head, or are you saying this out loud?
I would say that in Kelma's head and then in Nim's head,
Okay.
one after the other.
Brandman's head. Brandman's head.
Brandon.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, she's just kind of like sitting on the ground and just almost holding back tears, just like sitting there. She kind of like tries to steady herself and finally push herself off the ground and is able to stand up once again.
I look back towards Gaynor.
Okay,
And
clarification. Does it look like she's trying to speak and that words just won't form? Or is it that she's choking back emotion and therefore cannot speak?
No, it looks like she's trying to speak, and when she spoke, there was an immense amount of pain, and then
Cool.
she stopped trying to speak those words.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Oh.
But that's what.
Okay,
I
that's
was
a
trying
different.
to-
That's a different situation. Yeah.
Okay. Would
That's-
Like
would I
just,
recognize that like some
my
kind of
fault.
either
unusual.
That-
enchantment
Here's the thing.
or
This. You wouldn't have noticed that. I'm just.
right?
I should have made more clarification in character.
Right. Okay.
My fault.
Mm-hmm.
Does she know anything? I'm gonna say this to you out loud.
I look a little confused, and then I ask her in her head, "Do you know anything that could help us?"
Help us help you.
You can't say it outright.
Make,
So. I am not a very
persuasion check.
persuasive person.
Yeah,
Oh
make a persuasion
God.
check.
I mean,
I am not
He's
a
a voice
persuasive
assailing your
individual.
head, and he's Osgood. I mean, if you had Osgood in your head, are you really
I know.
divulging information? I'm aware.
Yeah,
I know.
I got
it's
a
a
negative
thing,
1 to
though.
this, so let's.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Uh,
I
I
look
know. I'm aware.
uncomfortable.
Mm,
I just
as you
spell.
try and get her to talk, abrasively, she's gets into your head and it just says basically, well, I was trying to say that, and like a matter of factly abrasive tone towards you as she was about to bring up something about,
Mhm.
and right as she gets to the words I was about to say, and then you just see another shout of pain.
Damn it.
Can't do it internally either. Interesting.
I was hoping that would bypass whatever this is.
Drops to
Yeah.
a knee again. Sorry.
I nod a few times. Can I cast? Oh wait, I will not cast Cure Wounds. That is a terrible idea.
No, cure magic is cure magic. Cure things.
No, cure
I know
wounds.
it's just on a vampire. That does not. That is a bad idea.
Yeah, he knows that from me.
Mhm.
It's not a good
I
idea.
nod a couple times. So
Shit.
if it's
Right.
not able to be circumvented internally, then it's
You
probably some kind of enchantment about her person.
You can all now see it's a pale lady. Pale lady wearing red and silver and gold. That's her persona. She's more pale than she was when you started this conversation.
I nod and back off.
Can smart person. I wouldn't know. I'm not a magic person. I wouldn't know.
I mean, you have a magic person who would be able to
Yeah,
come
I
over
know.
and figure this stuff out. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Mage.
Jenna!
Mage.
Only
Hold up.
everything.
We need a magic person? Trovik!
Trovik, yeah.
Trovik!
Trovik
Bring-
comes down the hall.
Bring your magic axe. That solves all problems.
Carry Gator across the bridge so he
Jesus
doesn't
Christ.
fall and die.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of which, I let Osgood across the bridge for free and I shouldn't have.
Oh,
But it's
okay. That's good. At least I'm alive.
You are alive. Gaynor is also alive. As he makes it across the bridge. Does detect magic. Let's see, what's the parameters of detect magic?
I think it's just checking to see.
I know it's magical
wait.
things, but is it spells too is the question. If you
I
sense
think
magic in this
spells
way.
On
You
something.
sense the presence of magic.
like-
You can see your fan aura on any visible creature or object in the aura that bears magic, and you learn
Oh.
the school of magic. So
Yeah,
yeah, I would say you sense something that's cast on somebody.
Yeah, because like if someone was like cast blindness on them, he could tell, oh, they did something to them.
Right. You just wouldn't be able to tell it was blindness, but you'd be able to tell
Yeah.
it was something. So as Gaynor steps in the room, he would relay to you all that there is some type of that enchantment magic
Right.
on her.
Could you dispel it?
Certainly try. And he kind of looks at her. Don't move
Oh,
much. And she just kind of looks at him like, what the hell are you doing? Dispel magic. Let's see. Let's give it a whirl. It's got to be cast at max level because that's the way warlocks work. So that is... 5th level spell. Cast at 5th level.
Automatically ends 5th level spell.
What's that?
Automatically ends if it's less than a 5th level spell.
Yep. That's what I was looking for. Automatically ends unless it's a 5th level spell.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I have protection.
I
from
feel
evil.
bad as a DM making
Good,
this
but
roll.
not
Does
much.
one of the players want to make this roll?
Uh,
Or I can
Not
make the
me.
roll for Gaynor. That's fine. It doesn't
I'm
matter.
I
cursed.
mean, I could roll, but like, what do I need to roll?
Nah, you'd have to pull up the character sheet. It'd be a pain in the ass. Don't
Oh,
worry about
okay.
it. I'll roll it. So dispel I'm sorry. What is the spell first? I'm sorry. Spell magic. There we go. Third level. Each spell 4th level or higher. Make an ability check. Using your spell casting ability. DC equals 10 plus the spell. Okay. Spell casting ability.
This is quite good.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it is.
20.
20. Very nice.
Yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
10 plus
Very
a spell
nice.
level. Spell level can only go up to 9.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
I guess that would work, wouldn't it? Would it work? That's yeah. I
Yeah.
guess it would. Based on
Is 10
turn.
plus the spell level.
Well, the spell has specific things listed in it that can
Oh.
end it. So it's,
Oh, no. Then in that case, no.
you
It
can
does.
end the spell early by using an action to dismiss it. A remove curse, greater restoration, or wish spell also ends it. I feel like
So it
dispel
does-
magic wouldn't
spell
work then, right? Okay, so yeah, so it does not do anything.
Shit.
Apologies. I thought that would work. That's why
Oh.
I've done that.
And
Yeah.
we don't have anyone who could do greater restoration or anything.
Because that's why I was reading the spell, because it like had specific listing stuff. So
Yeah,
it's,
you know would have thought it would work.
yeah. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
As he reaches out and does all his dispelly stuff, nothing happens. She's just still on the ground. Jesus.
Shit. That's a lot of shit that can't be removed from that. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I don't know that, but cool.
Yeah, she's just kind of like sitting there and like, what'd you do? I don't know.
He tried. And I
Nothing,
just
I
kind
guess.
of go. He tried to do a mage thing, probably to help you. I don't know what. He does mage things.
That must be a. Someone really doesn't want you to say anything.
Kind of looks and you just see like a small bit of dread kind of cross her face for a moment, as you say that, because she being a greater vampire spawn and knowing things and stuff and being educated in what she does, even mildly educated in magic is aware that if something's got that type of a hold, it's a serious thing.
Yeah.
Like that realization's hit her face, basically.
I look at Branwen. I'm like, well, there's probably only one person around. I could do this.
I
Based
nod
on.
a couple times. He tried it with me. Failed.
Would I.
Mm-hmm. Could you?
Sorry, I'm trying to think. Okay, would I know if Strahd could help get rid of this? Because he wants to know what's going on, so it's in his best interests.
I would say he's a possible option. I don't know if you would know if he could get rid of this. You're not sure. I mean, you all are aware that Strahd knows magic. You're not sure his capacity for it, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
I mean, you also know that Milla knows magic. You know that
Yeah,
like,
I know.
you're
Yeah,
aware
Strahd's
of
actually
people
just
and
a
things
show
that
magician.
do the magics, but it's to
know.
what strength or extent is the issue.
And that's why I'm
He
concerned.
can make a rabbit get pulled out of a hat really well.
Oh, we've seen him use charm.
Oh,
We've.
it's a 15, that's a good
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If that's. Oh, shit. Yeah. Fuck. Cool.
Well,
I'm 6 together. I've put 2 and 2 together and come up with 6.
Uh-huh. It's all the fun.
Oh no!
But as she kind of sits there on the floor, just angry and almost a little hopelessness on her face, is we're going to take our session break, boys and girls, and we'll be back in 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
So, put your timers, set your stuff. Let's take a break. Fire breaks, food, drinks, and then we'll be back.
Bruh.
sounds good. Hello and welcome to the second half of Curse of Strahd, and take it away, MTC.
Alrighty, so we are back, and Estrasia is having panic attacks, more or less, on the side of the tower. Gaynor tried to dispel magic at max level and did nothing for that. She just seems to be sitting there almost silently, like trying not to get harmed by whatever this is again.
Well, Kamal just stands up. He's like, well, you can strike this one from the list, but that leaves other people. Maybe
I
it's
have
time.
my suspicions.
Do you think we should just go talk to Strahd now, or?
I think he would have ideas of how to get rid of this. I'm looking at Anastasia.
I look at Anastasia and go, well, do the thing you do best. And shut up so you don't hurt yourself. And then I look at the group and go, alright, let's get going. Do you have anything else you want to do?
I think we should take her to Strahd.
Alright. You want to come?
Huh.
She just kind of looks at you all and kind of shakes her head back and forth in like a scared, almost like no, without trying to say any more words.
Well, we have two choices here. You either can come with us, and we talk to Strahd, and he gets rid of that, or we go on our own, and then try to find some way to heal you. If you're not the one that's against him, you have nothing to worry about. But if he's the one who put that spell on you, I can understand your hesitation. It's up to you.
She just kind of looks at you. She's like, until this happened, I wasn't aware I was under a spell.
Well?
If he's the one who cast the spell on me, why would I go to him?
I don't think it's him. It seems counterproductive.
So, he might be the one who's able to get rid of it.
Fine.
Unless you know somebody who might be able to harm, that might want to do this to you. But then again, your head might start hurting again.
Don't.
He
I
gets
have
a little...
two people in mind.
Christ.
Hmm.
Wait.
Three now that I think about it.
Who are your three?
Ludmilla, Esther, Rahadin.
She just kind of thinks for a moment. Fine, let's go.
Oh, four now that I think about it more. The fourth option scares me.
She kind of looks over at you. Care to elaborate?
Who has that necklace right now? Out of character.
Which necklace?
No.
Hag.
The hag. Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have it. No. Gaynor has it. He has it wrapped up in his
Spell.
pocket.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I pointed his pocket.
Kind of
Oh,
reaches in,
you
pulls
don't
it out.
fucking think.
Which...
Why
Kinda
would
pulls
she?
it out and you want me to unwrap it? But
No, I don't. But that's my fourth option.
I lean over to her and I'm just like, so, hags. You guys are nice of them or not?
She kind of looks you up and down. We've got the witches in the castle. No hags, though.
I kept Brian when I'm like, witches, no hags, but they're two different things.
She kind of looks at you and just thinks for a moment. The ones by the windmill, they're not anything to worry about.
Then we're back to 3 options.
Because, if anything, if she started talking, her head would have hurt it.
Exactly. Then we're back to 3 options.
What about
All the
You
other...
know. Chicken Hut?
Yeah, there is that hag.
And I look at what's the I forgot her name again.
Anastasia.
Anastasia. Yeah, Anastasia. I look at Anastasia, I go, if you want to do this, this might hurt, but raise your hand when we say a name. And that's the name you're about to tell us.
That's...
Do you have any idea how this...
And I look and
That's
go,
not
I don't know magic. I'm just trying to figure out a way of her telling us without her getting hurt.
I think the whole point we've established is that it can't. Whatever this magic is, it's preventing her from giving away any sort of information in regards to this.
Well, all right. I guess let's go.
What if we... No.
Oh,
Nope.
well,
Strahd.
All right. Let's go.
So, as you all off and away to
Wherever she thinks he's gonna
wherever
be.
she thinks Strahd may be, yes. Expediency's sake, down the staircase.
He's playing smooth jazz on his organ.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I know.
He really likes the
I love all
platters.
this. 1D and let's see. Perfect. Huh. Interesting.
String off Sonato in D minor.
So, as you all continue down through the castle, back down the spiral staircase from the main tower that you had come up, and she's kind of like walking in front of you all slowly, but kind of with a sense of purpose and direction. She kind of seems to be walking at a decent pace, and she's kind of got her head up, and like you notice your head kind of like twitch back and forth every once in a while. And she winds you all through the castle to, let me see, a map. All the maps. There. Oh no. Yeah, so eventually you go down the stairs, down the lower floor on that. Apologies. Down below the floor that you had entered the stairs on. Through 2 side hallways and into a small room in the corner of the castle. Trying to make sure my rooms are right. Oh my god, so many fucking rooms. All the rooms. Anyway, all the rooms, and dragging her with you, so I'll copy that too. Which floor are we on when we come out of it all? Here, I think it's here. It is not there. Of course it's not. You know what? For expediency's sake, we're gonna do this. That room doesn't make sense. So, waste of time. Perfect. Excellent. So eventually, you all snake and wind your way to the main hall on the main floor, and Anastasia seems to lead you all back to the main dining room where you had first had your dinner with one Mr. Zarovich. And Mr. von Zarovich, the healthy telemarket salesperson. Also known as Strahd von Z.
Are you in need of a new car?
Names. He is standing in the main dining hall near the organ as you all approach. Same way as he always was. And I think everybody should be able to see, and lighting should be right, if I'm not wrong.
Just gonna move this token out the way.
Oh, that token was a thing because you're not there.
Yep.
No, you're not there. You know what?
She
You had a travel
duplicity.
token. You were a travel token. But as you enter the main chamber with the impressive organ, once again, Strahd does seem to be standing in the corner, looking at a portrait on the wall, kind of musing at it. As you all enter, and he looks over his shoulder. So, have you figured out our problem?
Stumbled into another one.
No.
Which might help us solve your main one.
Interesting.
It seems that your lovely wife here has a spell on her that prevents her from saying certain things. And based on the questions she was trying to answer at the time, it seems that it's relevant to your problem.
He kind of looks her across the room, turns in his stance, and then almost lightning fast, like quicker than you can almost see. Like you see him move across the room, but he's right beside Anastasia and almost like a step and a half. He's almost like pushed by Osgood. And Osgood, you felt him brush by you, but it was so quick. It's just...
Yep.
As he kind of like stands there, reaches out one hand towards her, and you can just see him mutter something under his breath, as seemingly he's using some spell. And looks her over, it's like, There is a powerful enchantment on her, yes. And he kind of reaches up and just puts his hand on her forehead and begins to chant and channel. You see him stand there and channel for about 30 seconds or so. And you can almost see like his face getting frustrated as he's trying to figure this whole thing out. Let's see. What does he have in the tank? That's the question. Of all the Strahd stuff, and we need music because I feel like the music has died. Did the music die?
No, still there.
No, we're still there.
The music
We're
died.
still hear rain and the chanting.
Rain and the chanting. Oh, there's chanting. That's nice. Less stormy, less chanty, but still chanty. I gotta see the spells real quick. Action thing. You get.
You cast fireball.
I know the exact answer to the situation. Prismatic spray. God. Everybody in the fucking party died.
That is. Would he be able to tell the spell level? I think he would. Yeah.
Just cast that at 8th level.
And that would solve the problem. Alright, so before you all, what you see is Strahd kind of reach out his hand toward Anastasio's forehead, and he begins to mutter something under his breath and chant and channel for about 20 or 30 seconds. You see his eyes just kind of like open up, and just this almost purplish energy just like creeps from his hands to her forehead. And you almost see like this purplish energy just like circle around what almost seems like an invisible bubble around her head, and then it just like shatters. And as this bubble shatters, you see Anastasia just drop to her knees and scream out in pain as she grabs her head with both hands this time, taking a severe amount of psychic damage. And she is just barely still alive and on the ground in front of Strahd, as he just kind of removes his hand from her forehead. And like the whole time when she dropped, he was still like just like holding her head, and then he just like lets her go and steps back for a moment and looks down at her. You should be able to ask what you need to know now. And he's almost got a cold look in his eye as he steps one step backwards.
I kneel down next to her and just stare her in the eyes. What were you going to tell us?
She just kind of looks at you, tears and upsettedness, and just sorry, I don't know exactly where this is. Boom, 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 boom. Sorry. She kind of looks in your direction and just. It was a lady of the swamp. Just talking with a lady of the swamp.
Yep.
I look at Nim.
And then she kind of looks around and looks up, and now she can see Strahd standing over her, and you just see like a terror on her face. As kind of looks around and just like a silent fear, almost, and a recognition in her face.
Lady in the swamp.
Baba Yaga.
Strahd looks over at you as you say that name. What did you say?
I give a slow nod.
Option number 4 it is. Baba Yaga.
She's appeared a few times. Now, at least.
I was unaware she was in my realm. Disturbing.
She's well known even in my world.
She's well known among all the Dark Realms. Yes.
Aye.
She is not restricted like I am.
Makes me wonder why she even did this.
Just kind of looks. He looks down at her, and then he just kind of like glares into her soul and just says in the coldest voice, "What did you tell her?" Anastasia looks up, silent, just quiet tears kind of running down her face. Strahd now angrier. "What did you tell her?" You almost see him like raise his hand in anger and just frustration and anguish. And then you see him focus on Anastasia, and She looks up for just a moment, and they both catch eyes, and you can just see, as if it's almost like a gathering of knowledge, almost like a reading of the mind. And then you just see this angry, steely look come across his face. He just looks down at Anastasia cold. I cannot believe you would betray me like this. Moreover, I do not think that witch was that powerful. He just kind of looks down at Anastasia. And he points out one finger.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no.
And
This is
you
gonna
see
hurt.
him mutter something under his breath. And Anastasia kneeled down on the ground in tears and in pain, looking up with this fear in her face. You see from the tip of her nose begins to turn to a hard, granite-colored stone. And her entire face begins to ripple and turn from flesh to stone. And within but a moment and a half, there is now a stone statue of Anastasia sitting on the floor. Even the tears have been turned into little carved bits of stone. As you just see a cold, steely look across Strahd's face. Then a moment passes, and his flair for the dramatic fades away slightly. He looks around at you all. Well, it seems we have found our answer.
Interesting.
Unless you have another suspect.
Wow. When you looked at her, it seems like you kind of got an answer. I mean, is she the one? Because, to be honest, they're all a bit suspicious in their own way. But does she give you the answer you need?
I saw what she had done. Whether she is the traitor or not, or the traitor I'm looking for, that I do not see. But even unwillingly, she conspired against me.
Well, I think that's your answer right there. You said unwillingly. So, if she was a pawn, that means someone else set her up.
She was a pawn. She didn't even want to leave here so long as you were here.
Yeah. Everything from our interview said that she was extremely loyal to you, and she liked Barovia.
Bramwin is still kneeling, by the way, just next to the stone statue. She hasn't even moved her eyes from it.
Yeah. So, that just tells me that, someone else is pulling the strings and wanted to get her out of the way. So.
Baba Yaga.
Yeah, but
she has reason to be here.
Baba Yaga might have done something, but I get a feeling someone came to her. And I have a thought.
I need 2 seconds. I need to check something. Notes. I need to check my notes.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Nimue just panicking in the corner.
Yeah,
Armorisha Ray with all the notes.
Yeah.
It's great, so give her the time.
Just sorting through an entire
However,
notebook.
yeah, so while you're doing that, I'll some fleshy. Yeah. So just turn this lady straight to stone on the floor. And Strahd's just cool as a cucumber about it.
I mean, she would be cold. She doesn't have fucking body heat anymore.
Okay. While Brandon's thinking, Come and goes, Hey, off-topic question. Did you see me on the top of the tower?
I hold back a laugh.
He kind of laughs. On top of the tower? No. Did you see me?
I thought I saw you. I waved. Kind of rude for not to wave back.
Fucking hell.
Kind of rude for someone to impersonate me on my tower.
What was that? What's up with that wooden cutout?
I don't have notes.
By the way,
He kind of looks over at you. Oh. It's meant to keep people away from my private box.
oh, well, it worked. Christ.
Didn't.
Okay,
my notes are apparently incomplete.
That's your answer.
When
let's
the
figure it out.
druids in the swamp. Weren't we told that?
Think so.
Um,
Because isn't that where they came from?
the druids were over through the woods on the hills. It is swampy land over there, but that is not the swamp that is being referenced to.
Okay.
The swamp being
cool.
referenced to is where raven folk have not come back from. AKA Berez area.
That swamp down there. Okay.
Granted, the druids are from Yester Hill and the Luna Lake, which there's a swamp in between the hill and the lake, so kind
Okay.
of yes. But it's a different swamp. That's not the one I was referencing when I said swamp.
Okay.
That's a DM note to make you aware of where things are in the world. But yeah.
Damn it.
So,
Thought I had connections. Do not have connections. I am Marisha Ray string theoring the end of near the end of campaign 2 right now.
Anyway.
Never mind. Cool.
The end of things.
As he kind of looks over.
Approaches.
Does not appear she's going anywhere anytime soon. She's
Well.
another suspect.
Yeah, I have an idea, but we don't have any proof, and I don't want to make all your wives stone. Unless you're into that thing. I doubt you want to do.
Well, that would be less effective at running my errands. It's a joke, you see.
Have you thought about DoorDash?
All right. I look at Branwell and go, all right, what's our next move?
Roman finally stands.
He kind of looks
Oh.
over.
It's a good question.
Well, if you do not have any other suspects, and you've brought me one who will count as a strong maybe. I would say you have somewhat haphazardly kept your end of the deal. Or my request. And I have not harmed you in my castle, as promised. And I am a man of my words. We had talked of you all fetching Irina and the priest. I can send one of my brides to make a rain. Well, he kind of looks down at the stone statue. I'll have to find the bride to send to Valaki to assemble guests for the wedding. Good help is so hard to find. And he kind of looks to you, Brandon. While I slumbered last night, I thought over your proposal. If you truly think returning her brother will help our cause, and not get her here by keeping him here, I would send him with you.
It would go a great way to earning some trust.
And you see him kind of raise his head and look up in the sky for a moment, and then back down to you, almost as if he's like looking at a direction for something. He kind of looks over. It's a shame. Mr. was my best contact in Valaki. Knew most of the nobles there. Maybe she could be freed for long enough to run that errand. That would put her far too close to our friend in the swamp. That wouldn't it?
Well, if she's free now from that control, she's a pawn. So, just saying, if she was a pawn in this, saying that she seemed pretty loyal to you. Maybe it's not the fact that she's close to the person. Maybe just don't tell the other brides. She's the easiest one to manipulate in this way.
He just kind of looks at you and pauses for a moment. I think it's better if we keep an eye on her here for now. I dance with the idea, but she is, as you say, easily swayed. If she was to go again, she may be manipulated again.
Well,
I think I'll send Ludmilla. She may have more luck. Unless, of course, you would like to deliver my invitations as well.
I look over at the rest of the
See a
team.
wry smile come across his face.
I reckon we're going to have our hands full trying to convince everybody anyways.
Yes, it's going to take a conversation. Quite the conversation.
And
Aye.
a moment or two passes, and you see the half-elf man just outside of the door, Rahadin, come walking down the spiral staircase and silently walking up towards the dining hall itself. Walking in front of him, in shackles, is a grizzled, scraggly bearded, bloodied, bruised, and torn clothed. Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? I have a picture.
Old
I have a
man.
picture.
No.
Man without a name.
Boom.
Ismark.
This is Mark.
Ah, cool.
Ismark. Much worse for wear. Let's see. Boop. And boop.
Okay.
And as they get up to here, and Rahadin kind of walks in the room. Everybody, Osgood, Gaynor, Trovik, you would hear the screams coming off of Rahadin's body as soon as he gets into the room.
Yeah, I instinctively take a step back.
Mm-hmm. Sure. But I don't know if you can see the yellow radius, but you probably
No.
can't. Of course not.
No.
There you go.
Oh
That's
God.
Yeah, anybody in that circle just hears these wails and screams. Shit. And it is jarring. But he does drop Ismark off basically in the room. And he kind of looks down at Anastasia, the stone statue, and just... Shall I, my lord? And Strahd kind of looks... Indeed. I'll deal with her later. And you see Rahadin kind of snap his fingers, and this stone statue of Anastasia begins to hover slightly off the ground and float. And as Rahadin takes a step backwards and motions his hand with him, the small statuette floats with him. Quietly hovering back up the spiral stairs with a stone Anastasia in tow. He's marked down on the ground, just bloodied, bruised, rough, and as Strahd just kind of looks down at him. It seems the Morning Lord still smiles on you, sir. Were it not for these adventurers, your life would be much less enjoyable. You will go with them. And Ismark just kind of looks up and just like anger, but a very knowing, I can't do anything about this kind of look. It's just like, as he stares up at Strahd, just like from the cold slabs of the ground floor. Strahd looks around at you all. So, it seems we have a deal. I will look into my problem in this swamp in due time. You all have a list of things together. And make sure, once you've gotten everything in order, to come prepared. I feel like whatever keeps me here will try its damnedest. As it seems to have taken a liking to all of you as well. Kinda takes a hearty step back into the room and just looks over you all. And as a DM, I'll ask, do you have need of anything else at this moment?
I will say
You
to
have
Strahd that
questions?
I have just to run upstairs and grab some bags that we have left, and I would like to do something up in the rooms before we go.
Of course. He would leisure you the time to do that. He looks around at the rest of you.
I don't know. Follow. When?
You can follow her, you can stay down here with the rest of Ismark until she comes back. It's up to you.
Sure, I'll stay on.
Trovik,
I'm just
Osgood,
kind of vibing.
anything to say to Strahd? Any questions? Gaynor's silent protagonist because it's Gaynor. Sorry, I
Why
would
do you
give him a
sound sus?
retcon version to ask these questions, but I don't know what questions he would have, so I'm not gonna piety or polite. All right. Bremen, you were given leave to go upstairs. Where are you going and what are you doing?
I'm going to the rooms that we were in, and I would like to attempt to hide the circlet under the mattress.
Okay. Alright.
Oh no, that would still appear to detect magic. There was a hatch in the thing, right? In the cupboard.
There was a lead box.
Where's the lead box?
Wait, no. Was that the secret compartment that led up into the...
No, that
Yeah.
secret compartment was just a secret compartment with a top hatch. But it was thick stone. It is just a closet, more or less.
I mean, that would still count, wouldn't it? It can't get through a
Yeah.
certain amount of thick stone.
Yeah, it would still count.
I'm gonna put it in there.
I need to do a thing, sorry.
I think that's thick enough.
Let's see. 1d12.
Based
Oh
on
god,
my
he's gonna
knowledge.
kill us all. Oh no.
13. All the flippy of the pages. Yeah, so you could easily make it up to the room itself, past the portrait. Eyes are now open on the portrait.
Okay, that's fine.
But you pass into the room, are able to make it through the bedroom easily enough. No traps, no nothing. No sign of anyone in the hall or in the room or anything like that. And you make it to the closet easily enough. You're able to sit it in the floor of the closet or attempt to hide it if you want to. That is that. Branwen, while you were doing this, I need you to make a perception check for me.
Okay.
As you're going up and doing all of the room stuff and things and stuff and things.
Okay.
Okay. So you are finding a place in this square closet to stow the crown circlet thing, what have you. You manage to find a place that you think is decent enough. And right as you're bending over, sitting it down, and making sure it's tucked away, you feel a tap on your shoulder. Gentle tap on your shoulder.
And instantly tries to grab whatever the hell is tapping me on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm. As you reach your hand out, make a dexterity roll for me, just regular dex. Just sleight of hand. Let's do sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand? Okay.
Because you're grabbing something super quick with your hand.
You look around and
Very
there's
nice.
a MINOTAUR standing behind you with a battle axe.
Nice.
Trovek, how do you want to do this?
You grab her hand, and immediately you hear the voice of, "Hey, it's me. Calm down."
Don't do that. Never do that. Bad idea to do that.
I was trying not to say anything. You guys been in here all night?
Yes.
I just couldn't find a way out. I didn't think y'all were stuck in this place.
We're not stuck. We're about to leave. So whatever visibility you have, follow me closely and we can get out of this.
Let's make a roll for Esmeralda. This is going to be interesting. Yes, that was Ezzy, by the way. I'm just shit with voices.
Yeah,
So.
I
know
guess
you know, but
Yeah.
for the rest of the crowd who's uninitiated to my same voices and the story that 4 sessions ago Ezzy was stowing away in the castle with you guys.
Esmeralda
Still being
just
here is
sat
more
knees to
impressive.
chest in a corner.
Sorry. Where in the frick is this? Yeah, okay.
Fucking 24 hours.
I'm sorry. Yeah, all the 24 hours. NPC, there. I've got so many damn tabs. I didn't know I have so many damn tabs. Yeah, let's do a thing.
I swear if Ezzy rolls a nat 1 on a stealth check, I'm going to be so annoyed.
Well, this is her smarts check first before
Okay.
talking with you.
She does something extremely stupid.
It's a 21 intelligence. That's a 10 wisdom. So she's educated on the matter, but not super wise about this. Okay.
Yep.
She's gonna like kibosh your idea for following you. Yeah. I feel like at this point, if I follow you and get noticed, everything's to pot.
Fine. Then get yourself out and meet us where we left you.
Right. Okay. She kind of thinks about it, and like you can't see any of this because she's just still invisible. You just hear this voice, and she's like, Okay. Give me 6 hours. If I'm not there in 6 hours, go without me. Tell Van Richten. And try and. I would say come back for me. That's probably a bad idea. Don't not come back for me.
We'll try not to
We
let
leave her
anything
there
happen
forever.
to you.
And she kind of like, alright. Keep a low profile. And you just kind of hear like the shifting of the curtains around the bed in the next room over. And she kind of like the wind of her passing by it. And they're gone.
I give her just a little bit, just to let her get going before I move and rejoin everyone.
Okay. And you are able to come back down into the dining room with the almost passed out Ismark on the ground. Everybody standing at arm's length from Strahd. Quite tediously as...
Cool.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I think I've got everything. Shall we make our move then?
Yes, let's leave.
And he kind of motions his hand. He's like, you know where the entrance is?
Indeed.
To the left, another left, and
Camel starts walking
there
out.
you go.
I
Farewell.
bow my head slightly as I motion everyone out
Mhm.
and put my hand on his Mark's shoulder.
He nods.
Fairly well,
And as
mate.
Gaynor walks out and just kind of smirks at Strahd in a Gaynor-y looking fashion. Strahd does kind of look at Trovik. General, you are quite strong. Maybe you should be the one to assist this. He kind of smiles as he looks down at Ismark. Maybe you would do well to assist him in carrying. Trovik would go walk by. I think look at still. Yeah. Bathroom.
Wicked?
Bathroom break.
Oh.
So he will scoop Ismark, run him over his shoulder, and begin to off with him. Are you actually exiting the castle? Or are you snipping back around the castle again?
I want to go.
Yeah, let's move on to something.
Amscray and Scrammy. Okay. So, as you all exit the massive Castle Ravenloft and are back in the courtyard, the rain has picked up. It is much more damp than it was. The cracks and crackle of lightning and thunder become thicker. It is probably about noonish, 1 o'clock-ish at this point in the day. And you have yet 2 stone towers in front of you leading towards a large wooden drawbridge that goes to another 2 stone towers and then the hill down back into the lands of Barovia. As you all cross the drawbridge on foot, one by one, I need to make... How many of you are there? That's 5 plus the guy, and that...
211 dragons appear.
That's a lot of
211 damage to
A lot of
everybody in the
stuff,
party.
I don't know.
God.
Okay, interesting.
Wonder who the castle painter was. He seemed to do quite a good job.
That was good.
Seemed quite well. Oh no. Seemed quite well trained in classical art.
Yep, all the well trained in classical art.
Yep.
Sorry, this and the rates and the gates and the thing. Osgood, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as you're crossing the bridge.
What the fuck? Alright, I suppose. If it's related to Fae Fiends and the Undead.
It's not.
No, I'm kidding. That's 18.
However, as you're walking across this bridge, everybody makes it across the planks and panels. They creak, they're rotted, but here and there it's stable for the most part. Osgood, you being the last person to cross the bridge with everybody else. They creak under your feet a little bit here and there, and a board breaks below your foot, and you almost fall into the hole. And these boards are like
Oh, bloody hell.
2 or 3 feet wide each, so it's like if that board falls, you're going straight down. But you do manage to hop yourself up onto the next board and catch yourself, and the rest of the bridge seems somewhat sturdy. A few more boards creak under your
God's
feet,
sake.
but nothing else seems to crack. You manage to not fall into the 1,000-foot crevasse. Oh, which is very nice.
Okay, that'd be nice. If
All
I
the
didn't
fun.
die. Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
you
good.
know, gotta cross the bridge. And seemingly you make your way to the general rendezvous point. Takes longer trudging through the mud, and you're now on foot. Until you get back to the point where you notice your tied-off horses. Some 2 miles or so down the way, but you managed to make it there. Currently, it's just you all and horses.
Yep. I'm gonna have told them on the way about
Yeah.
Essie.
And anything you all would like to have said on the way or walking, you're more than welcome to have these conversations. I'm just yada-ying out of the castle. But as you get there and arrive and do a quick perimeter search for Esmeralda, you find nobody. Would you all wait? Or go on without her?
Wait. Or at
Well,
least
you
I vote
said-
for wait.
You said wait 6 hours, right?
Yeah, 6 hours was the maximum time she said to wait.
Okay, so we just chill until either she shows up or she doesn't.
Absolutely. And are you just staying on the trail in the rain? Are you getting under shelter? What are y'all trying to do? Like anything?
I mean,
crazy?
I
Just
find a
chilling?
tree off the
Yeah.
side, and I just
Yeah, a
try
little
not
bit of
get rained
shelter.
in.
Little
Is
shelter.
Mark like unconscious?
He's rough. Like 4 health maybe. Like he's rough. He's not in a happy way. He's been bleeding and bruised, and Trovik's kind of been shoulder carrying him down the mountain, but he's like exhausted backpack type carried type thing.
Gotcha. I just mentioned.
So where were we?
I just mentioned to Osgood. I'm just like, do you have anything to help him out a bit?
Is
I
he
mean,
still
I could backhand
manacled?
him to death, but I could also just give him a healing potion. Wait, no.
Do you
Why
ever...
don't you?
No, I don't
You're
have
a
any healing
cleric.
potions.
Don't
I
you
can
have a
heal
cleric?
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could, but like that's using up all my valuable spell slots. Why would I do that? Put a hand on him and cast Healing Word.
Is he still manacled as well?
Yes.
Oh, right. Can I pick the locks?
Oh no,
Of course.
I can cast Cure Wounds at least.
That's
There
good.
you go.
10 points of healing. Nice. Now he's not as dead.
Be healed and shit.
Oh my God.
And you do see a few of the wounds close up a little bit as you put your hand on him and heal him.
Yeah. and
Bramman,
I can't believe
easily
that
enough, you're
command
able
actually
to
worked.
knock the manacles off as you kind of rest under this tree.
Yeah, and since I'm good at medicine, I'm just gonna do and try to patch him up as much as I can.
Make a medicine check for me.
15.
Good enough. Yep. You managed to kind of patch and wrap and kind of numb what you can with the things that you have. It's not much, but it's enough to kind of put his body at ease a little bit. And now, like, you remember you saw this guy like 3 weeks ago. Even for a brief time you saw him, he was younger looking. He had brown, blackish hair for the most part. Little bits of gray and things like that in there, but for the most part he was, 40s maybe, something like that, age-wise. And now just like you see him, he looks thin, he looks gaunt. His face is stretched thin across his face, or his skin is stretched thin across his face, and the white in his hair is much more prevalent now, the black receding to the back parts of it. Definitely been through some trauma, if nothing else.
Yeah.
But
Anybody got a cure mental trauma spell?
cure mental trauma. I mean, you could try and create that spell.
Yeah.
God, I wish. It's called a very large bat to the head.
I believe some people would argue alcohol.
I was about to say,
Yeah, that would also work, I guess.
I don't have any wine with me, so I would have got a water skin and give him some
I
water.
pulled a flask of oil.
Oh my goodness.
Oh god.
You're ridiculous. And then you figure that out. Boom. Perfect. Okay. So, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Because of all the stuff. What time did I say it was? It's about noonish, and that's about 1-ish, 1-ish, 2-ish, yeah. About 1:30-ish at this point, after you kind of like rest. Well, no. 1:30, 2-ish. Yeah, probably about 2-ish, 2:30-ish gets around. So it's been about 3 or so hours. And oh my goodness, what did I roll? I rolled an 11. I did. And as you're all just kind of like waiting by the horses, kind of zoning out into space a little bit here and there, keeping an eye out on the area, doing what you do. You notice a number of ravens have been kind of circling around you guys, flying around here and there. And then the bushes about 20 yards off or so just start to rustle and shake. And
Exclamation point.
then as you're looking and you reach for weapons and just in a defensive stance instinctively, you notice coming from the brush the vividly bright orange headband and red jacket of one Esmeralda Debonair. And she kind of emerges from the brush and just kind of brushes some leaves off of her.
How long were you in there?
Took your damn sweet time, didn't you? Jesus.
Yeah.
I went an hour after you guys did. I had to go on foot. I was behind the carriage.
All right, now we're all here.
Yes. Now we're all here. We have things to do back in Valaki, and we have someone who would be very happy to see this one.
Kind of looks over at him and says, I'm surprised you came out with a hostage. Most people don't come out of Castle Ravenloft. It's kind of impressive, actually. And she kind of looks down at him and just tries to like look at his face. He don't look that familiar though. Who the hell is he?
That's brother. Or a special
Allow
friend.
me to introduce Ismark. My brain
Ismark?
just doesn't
Kolyanik.
do. Thank you, Kolyanik. My brain wouldn't give his last name at all.
And he kind of like looks up and raises a hand half-heartedly, just kind of like waves. Esmeralda just kind of looks down. Okay. And so y'all got the same last name, but looks like about all y'all share. Ismark just kind of looks at her with a strange look on his face.
So what's our next move? Up talking.
Yeah. Good question. What is your next move?
Valaki, talk to Irina.
Valky, convince Irina, maybe get the priest.
And
The
find some
gentleman.
weapons.
Gaynor is going to pipe up that there also might be somebody willing to stand against Strahd in the swamp, but if we're not trying to stand against Strahd, that might not be the best place to go.
Well, also,
And then
we have 2 stones, and we're 1 stone away from that other thing, and we just got to put them in to find the pedestals. That helps us against Strahd too.
Ismark kind of looks up at this and... What do you mean, pedestals? Stone.
Have you seen places to stick stones in around this place?
He kind of looks up and just... Maybe? That's not very specific, sir. But...
Do you know what a pedestal is?
Jeez.
Kind of mug grin.
He kind of looks up at Osgood and just...
And before we say anything, I just hold up my hand and I look at Gaynor. I go, Gaynor, do me a favor, detect magic.
Mm-hmm. Gaynor is going to detect magic. No magic.
Okay. And then well, other than I'm assuming that's what's on us and stuff.
Yeah, I mean your normal magical.
Yeah,
trinkets
normal
and
magic stuff.
things.
Yeah.
Nothing that wasn't there where its stuff would have been.
I'm assuming he's on the ground. I lean out and I pull out one of the stones. I go, something that fits this.
Kind of looks at it for a moment.
What? We don't have the stones.
You don't have the
We
stones?
have one of the stones.
No, you left them both, I thought.
I thought
We
we
did?
left
You
them
gave them
both.
both at the winery,
We
didn't
left both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, we left both of the winery? I thought...
Yeah.
We left them both with them for safekeeping and because they could use them for something good
Mhm.
in the meantime.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Not entirely
So
sure if it
retcon
was
that. So, no
both
stop.
of them, but
I
mean, we can pretend.
I know we left one of them there, but I thought we
No,
had
you
the
left
other
both.
one.
You left both.
Okay. Then never mind.
Right. As he just kind of looks around and just... So let's talk about shrines. I mean, I lived here all my life. The kids run out and play. I'm sure they could find some strange things at time to time.
Oh,
There's
have
all
you ever
sorts of-
saw something that looked like a pedestal that could fit like some type of stone?
A number of ancient ruins and formations around the land. Some near Valaki, some closer to Kresk. I know there's a ritual circle out past the winery, but
Maybe.
that's been there for 500 some years. And he's just kind of like
It always
scratching
goes
his
back
head.
to
That would do it.
You're well aware now that Ismark, a child of this land who's been in Barovia since well before... This iteration of Ismark, at least, has been in Barovia all his life. Obviously born here, raised here, knows the land, has lived here. Probably one of the best treks that you're going to get in the land as far as like knowing general
Yeah.
stuff and things that may... Like somebody like a traveler like Von Richten might not know, but Ismark
Yeah.
might have heard a rumor of. You know what I mean? It's a different type of source of knowledge.
Yeah.
But he is here for your brains to pick at your disposal here and there.
I just look at the group and I'm like, well, we wanted to start testing our theory about those stones. I mean, if there's a circle near the winery, always test it.
There's potentially one on our way back to Valaki.
But we have, yeah. Well, we don't have the stones with us. We have to go
That's
all the way
true.
back to the winery and then.
But do we even want to take this route? We've just convinced Strahd to let us do this.
Well,
We could be home in a week.
I think we can probably give both ends a try.
and I look up to Rovic. I'm like, you're a general. You know strategy. What do you think? Do we weaken Strahd before and continue our mission, or should we just do as we promised?
This is a little out of my realm. I'm used to dealing with armies, not a god among men.
Ismark just kind of looks up and scoffs just a bit and just... yeah. You call him a god among men, he's still a man. Just a fucking monster.
Well, also we have the thing with Baba Yaga, and also
I look uncomfortable.
and I also tap
As
my
you say that, Esmeralda just looks at you. Head turned sideways with a quizzical, what the hell you say, look?
We've told her about Baba Yaga though
I don't
already.
think you did.
We did because we mentioned
Have
it.
we?
Yeah, we sat around a table in the Blue Water Inn with her and Van Richten.
yeah.
Was it that conversation in regards to the Baba Yaga story?
Yeah,
I don't think Baba Yaga came up with that one, did
we
it?
brought up Hags and Baba Yaga.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you did, okay.
Yeah, we did, but the thing is,
Still a quizzical look.
yeah, but she doesn't know what we happened in the castle.
Mm-hmm.
She
Oh,
just
yeah,
knows.
that's true.
She just knows that we encountered or whatever Baba Yaga.
Fair. Quizzical look remains, so she kind of looks at you and like, so, who, what
let's-
now?
Let's just say that someone in that castle might have made a deal with her, and so we have a couple options. If we start talking to her, we could help Strahd or not help Strahd. Or it comes down to really, do we want to help Strahd and see if that helps us get out of here? Or do we want to get rid of Strahd and see if that get us out of here? My thinking is we could kind of do both by doing the stones, because I mean, will he know?
We have a proponent from both sides here, pretty much. I look at Essie, and then I kind of look back at everybody else. I suggest we have a small meeting and decide where to go from here.
Where to go from
Find a
here is
place
Velaki,
Just
because
to sit on the road.
this is all mute if Irina doesn't want to go through with it.
Exactly. This is her choice.
Right.
Esmeralda kind of looks up. Agreed. And Ismark now looking a little bit irate. What do you mean? What's Irina's choice? He's not fully apprised of the situation if you run away.
Yeah, I know. We may have negotiated potentially a way for all of this to go away if in which Irina marries Strahd of her own free will and they can unwed a time later after all of this is done and sorted and everyone
also-
is home.
So just kill the god.
Basically, do a thing that Strahd wants.
We are
like-
finding a loophole in the contract.
Yeah. We think that if Strahd marries your sister, it breaks the curse that he has, basically freeing everybody, and then she could just unwed Strahd, and then that.
Ismark looks at you with just the stupidest look on his face.
In other words, fake marriage.
Not fake marriage, but
Well,
yes.
real marriage, but fake. Like Strahd doesn't care about anything but breaking the contract because
and
he
just kind of
thinks
looks at all of you. Are you daft?
A little bit.
Really
It's
that
We
quite-
not
blind?
met us.
It's quite clever, actually.
Strahd has no feelings for your sister. He just thinks that if he marries her, that breaks the curse.
You see this just wide look on his face. I cannot believe what I'm hearing. I can't believe I trusted you, fool.
Okay, so what's your problem with this plan then, What's your big idea? Let me hear it.
The fact that you're listening to a vampire lord on his word about anything is my problem with this.
So you want to kill him, obviously. I mean, I have no problem with that, but my number one concern is getting out of here.
Also, he's probably rather powerful compared to all of us.
Considering the spell he just broke on one of his wives, yes, he's very powerful.
He broke a spell that was probably cast by Baba Yaga.
You just see him just like with this intense disbelief. It's like, I can't believe I'm actually entertaining a conversation with people who believe that thing
Trust-
at its word.
Who's taking anyone at his word?
I don't.
Well, none
Why
of us
do you think I would ever?
He is
Take a
bound
vampire
by
as well.
contract and word as much as any other.
I'm I am a goddamn monster hunter. Do you really think I would
He's
take him
just-
at his word?
Also, you have to consider this, that again, that's why I proposed the stones. So if things do go bad, we need to be prepared to, take care of the job.
Summon a god.
Basically, if step A doesn't work, we need some backup for step B, because at this point, I don't think any of us is ready for step B unless we weaken them.
We could always do both, and then summon a god and kill that thing too. Just fuck the entire realm in every possible manner.
Ismark just kind of looks across in disbelief. And after about 10 minutes or so,
You
he
shouldn't
kind of
trust
just
us.
resides himself. I don't trust you. I don't trust any of you at this point.
Good.
That creature has attacked and tormented us for years. We just give in to its demands now?
No, not really.
You're not
Shoot.
I just
giving
think
in
that
to
it's worth entertaining.
demands. You are making a contract that ensures the safety of everyone. What part of that don't you understand?
And then
Just kind of looks.
Kelma turns around and he basically regales a short version of the stories of the multiple times a Esmeralda type person he tried to marry either died or killed themselves. But, then I just go, and at the end I'm like, look, he's been through this song and dance a lot. Something's stopping this marriage, which is probably connected to keeping us all here. Trust me, I don't trust him. If I had the power, we would take him out. But if this is the
So what we do is we usurp God.
yeah, if this is an experiment and it works, we're all free, including him. So if it doesn't work,
He just kind of puts his head down and just
And then we just kill
in
him.
reserve state. He's just thinking at this point.
unless you have a better idea, because if he really wanted to, he could come and just get her.
He kind of shakes his head back and forth. Alright. So, what's the play?
We take you to your sister.
It really comes up to her. If she
Yeah,
doesn't
as
want to
much-
do this, nothing we could do.
Yeah, as
Feels
much as I
off.
think this is the best course of action, if she doesn't want to do it, then it's off the table.
Aye.
We even told Strahd that. How much he'll listen to that is, probably zero, but we told him that.
Definitely.
And if you won't see reason, well, we're already talking about usurping a god. We might what's usurping too.
Okay.
Well, then
Speaking of
I
gods,
guess our
I
destination would be Valaki.
Yes.
all right, let's head to Valaki and get
We
going.
should really run away from here.
Considering we've been standing in the rain for a bit.
Mm.
Oh,
For
God
sure.
damn it.
Mm-hmm. And you all are soaking wet at this point. It's been about 3 or 4 hours sitting in the rain. Even under trees, you're still,
Yeah.
soaked wet. But,
Yeah, let's just go.
you all are able to make your way. Let's see, get back onto a big map. Group map.
Big maps.
Big maps.
Group maps. And we'll get out of the Castle Sandy stuff now. Oh no, where's my big map? Big map, there you are. I found it. Music. No castle, still storming, no castle. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Yeah. So, as you guys make your way down the cliffside, mountainside of the short range that leads up to Castle Ravenloft and then back down to the Barovian gate, from where you had originally boarded into the carriage. And you all have your horses, so it does go a little bit quicker now. You make it to the large stone statues with the gate in between them, and as soon as you approach and get within 30 feet, those gates once again swing open, revealing the plains outside of Valaki. And once again, you can see the windmill in the distance, right on the edge of a forest. And then in the distance past that, you can see what appears to be the small town of Valaki. If you weren't stopping or doing anything on the way, let's see, because that'd be a distance, On horseback, you'd make it further. Yeah, because on horseback, you would start from here. What's the measure on that? Let's do measurement stuff. Measurement. That's a mile. That's a mile. That's a mile. It's a lot of mile. Yeah, it's 8 miles. Yeah, I'd say you can make it 8 miles on horseback before it got dark. That would make the easiest logical sense, even with all your gear and things like that. Are you all checking out anything around the windmill at all? Or are you just passing that by for now and going straight to Valaki?
I'm just keeping an eye on the windmill while kind of like holding on to my bag.
Yeah. And even though the windmill is slightly down a road a bit of the ways, and the windmill's on like a raised hill down there, and you can see it even from the intersection. It is still raining, so it's hard to see anything past the windmill, if that makes sense. You can see the windmill and the hill itself, and then it just kind of like a fog kind of cuts around towards what the forest edge of that would have been. Nothing seems to come from the windmill itself, though. Oh, nope, not that. Sorry. Roll that. Do a thing. What's that? Okay. Doop, 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 doop. And interesting. Sorry, all the interesting. So you all are going down the road. It's probably about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock-ish at the moment in the evening. You probably traveled about 3 or 4 miles on horseback and are about halfway to Valaki at this point. I need a thing. What do I need? Oh, and the shield guardian walking behind you because the shield guardian never
Guardian.
left. I need to make sure.
And don't forget my buddy.
Yeah,
Yep,
he would have followed you out of the castle for sure. Sorry. Actually, give me a riding order, front to back. Party marching order, if you have one. Who would be
Second.
Brigade?
I'll take point this time because Brandon
Yeah.
didn't want to play point.
I would probably be in the middle because I imagine Ismark is riding with me because we're having
makes
to
sense.
double.
Yeah, doubling that and doubling Ezzy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because Ezzy doesn't have a horse. She was riding with me, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Alright,
basically
and so
me,
then-
Ezzy, then Trovik.
Okay, and then Osgood Gaynor or Gaynor Osgood? Or Gaynor be? Before
Oop.
Osgood or after?
I'll be ahead of Gaynor.
Alright, so Gaynor in the back. That said, Kalma, you're in the front. Make a perception check for me.
Perception.
Always.
Hey.
Hey. There you
Very nice.
That's the trick. If I say I'm not good at perception, then I'll get good rolls.
Absolutely, you will. Always. Interesting. Okay, so, interesting. As you all are going through the woods, or around the woodland bend and then through the trees that make up this path, Kelma, you're looking off into the forest on the left and right, keeping an eye out for anything untoward. And a couple hundred yards away, through what little bit of fog rests on the land and this rain that's coming down, you see what appears to be a flickering torchlight.
Okay.
It's off about 200 yards to your left-hand side, so probably about, if you all are, where's the token? What did I do? Sorry, so we're going to move a token because we passed by the windmill. And we'll say we're about here-ish because that's a fun place for encounters. So off on this side in this forest from the Trovik token. Oh no, God, that's awful. Don't do that. Wow, that messed everything up. Okay, perfect. You see it is about 200 or so feet off. It looks like a torch in the distance. And as you all continue going through the woods, or going through the path, it seems to keep pace with you guys almost.
Okay. I just mentioned it to everybody. Like, hey, there's a torch. There's this torch following us, and it's keeping pace with us. So I think something's following us of some type.
Mm-hmm.
All hail the magical torch. Out of character.
Mm-hmm. It's the Revenge of Torch. I thought it was a meme.
Yeah, I know.
Oh god.
It's actually Mega Torch.
Oh shit, it's like a
The
17-foot
tree-sized
tall
torch
object.
that will just burn you to death. No.
Oh god. The end's
Um,
marching again.
And as you guys continue down the path,
Uh,
Flutter's with you for about a good quarter mile or so.
Can I draw my sword? Out of character.
I mean,
Out of character.
sure,
Have a
I
sword
would
with
care
you?
to draw your sword.
Does he have a sword with you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a
Oh.
sword on my side.
Exactly, I was about to say, it's like you draw your sword.
I draw my
You're not on
sword both
camera,
in
you're
character
doing it
and
for
out of
yourself.
character.
But yeah, and so then you see it start to go slightly further into the woods. And further into the woods. And eventually disappear off into the distance. And another hour or so passes going down the road. And you come across the town of Valaki. And you are presented with the Morning Gate once again on the east side. And right as dusk is creeping in and the light is fading from the day, you all make it to the closed gate of Valaki.
It's closed?
It is closed.
Come on.
Is there any guards or anything?
You can always knock. If you were to check
Would
the gate and
you
knock at
keep
the
the
gate.
gates open after
Yeah.
everything that happened?
I just get off my horse and I'm just like, If anyone wants to knock, fine. But considering last time, and I run up the wall to look over the gate.
The last time the gates were left open. I call after him as he runs up a wall.
Yep.
Okay,
Oh,
so
shit.
as you run up the wall, sorry,
Get
as you run
shot
up
by
the
like
wall,
6 arrows.
yeah, pretty much. No, as you run up the wall, what's your AC, Kelma?
18.
Okay. So you take
Wow.
5 piercing damage as one of these spears comes through the palisade and kind of like stabs out towards your foot. The other one stabs through and misses hardly, but the other one kind of grazes your leg as you're running up the gate.
Okay.
Or running up the wall itself.
That's fine. I just like the moment that one grazes me, I immediately slam my foot down on the spear, and knowing I guess there's a guard there, and then I just scream out, "Open the fucking gate! It's us again!"
Make an intimidation check.
We're using what? Just
roll intimidation.
Intimidation's bad.
Oh.
6.
Not a
Yeah,
very
what's your
convincing
strength
human
on? I'm
being.
sorry. You're right, because it's strength. Because it's a strength intimidation. It's the same thing as you're using the force, just like Trovic does when he rages. So yeah.
Natural 20.
Jesus Christ. Well, I'm going by the
Bruh.
plus because I'm gonna go by the first roll. So.
Okay. Oh, we'll go to plus. I have plus 6.
Yeah, because the plus would be 6. That's what I was going for. So that's the 12.
12.
Or 11. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. So you drop back down. And slowly you hear the gate being kind of like chinked open. As you hear the sounds of what appear to be at least 2 persons moving something that thuds heavily on the far side of the gate.
Yeah.
And then the gate creaks open as you see the unfamiliar face of a female guardsman, or guardswoman, I should say, as she kind of like cranks open the gate door. You shouldn't be coming in so late around dusk and all. It's running up the walls and being fools. Doesn't matter who you are. You could have been one of them.
Next time, ask who's there. When someone runs up to the gate, then we'll know there was guards there.
I'm pushing the horses forward.
And I'm riding my horse as I walk by.
I mean, you would no. This is as you're freaking.
Having the argument. Yep. Yep. And she pushes the horses
I just
forward. And
stare at Kalma.
Kelma
He's
doesn't
an
argue.
asshole.
Kelma doesn't argue. He made a statement, and he's keeping on moving.
Yeah, I'm moving.
As Brahman goes past, she just says to the guest, "He's an asshole. He should have knocked."
And you all are now within the somewhat well now ruined town of Valaki. And of course I don't, because I had a sound and now I don't have a sound. Is that the sound I have? That's not the sound I have. That's the sound I have. Perfect. All the sounds, sorry. Yes. But oh, perfect. That's super loud, I'm sure. But the rain coming down heavily as dusk is now setting in the somewhat destroyed, dilapidated, but still thriving and surviving town of Valaki. Boop. And group is over here now. Boop-a-doop. But you are back within somewhat familiar walls in a nonplussed fashion. Where would you like to go in the town? What would you like to do?
To the end.
Certainly could. And as you make your way through the town back to the Blue Water Inn, night now firmly setting in, many of the businesses and stores and things like that are boarded up, empty. Seems like the town's been through a right rough. Like whatever you all saw seems to be a portion of what happened to the town. But 30-minute trek or so across town on horseback, trying to keep a decent pace. And you were able to make it to the Blue Water Inn. Still just as barricaded as it was the day and a half prior. The dead bodies outside of the building have been removed. The fortifications, the bits of jagged metal and things sticking out of windows as barricades are still present. And you were able to easily enough make your way inside the Blue Water Inn once again. Inside, you notice Danica, of course, behind the bar. Rudolph is there, as Rictavio, of course. Irina is not currently in visible range. The wolf hunters are nowhere to be found, and just seems like a couple of odd townsfolk and a few scrappy-looking younger folk with raven feather cloaks are hanging around the tavern itself. As you enter, Rictavio kind of raises his head, and you see a brief bit of smile come across his face as he notices you all. And, well, seems you've returned from wherever. He kind of looks around the room. Wherever your business took you. Good news, I trust. And you're all alive, so that's better news than I was expecting, but
not
Fair.
bad news.
And Esmeralda kind of looks over the back of the group and into the bar and just kind of looks at Rictavio. Thanks for that. Kind of saved my skin there. And he just kind of nods and smiles. I know I'm too clumsy to use it, so let's see. Back and forth between hunters.
Where is she? We have a surprise.
He kind of, she gone for a walk.
By herself?
I give him this look, just like, what the actual hell?
She said she didn't want me there.
Is John at least with her? Somebody?
Kind of looks like she took John and she took the two kids, and he kind of looks over to the Mardikovs. You should be back any time now. Calm down. I'm not gonna leave her in the city by herself.
Yeah, well, the day we've had. Seriously, what the hell?
So you wouldn't leave her by the city by herself that just got attacked, but you let her walk around with two children and a very low trained guard who and I look at him and go, have you shown him anything how to fight?
I'll have you know, the kid's actually decent with the sword.
Decent with a sword and dealing with what we're dealing are two different things.
I give him
walk
some
out and see
pointers.
if I can see an Irina.
As you walk out, he says, I gave him some pointers, and he shouts after you and to the rest of the group as they're there. She's with the children, too.
That doesn't make anything better.
As you kind of just like see like a flustered look across his face. It's like, we already checked the whole town. We already squared it away. There's nothing in the town as far as we know.
What if the town itself was a mimic?
And you'd all be eated.
Exactly.
But Brendan, as you go outside to look down the streets of Vallaki and down the main road in both directions, no Irene in sight.
I'm staying out there, like keeping an eye, because
Me too.
paranoid.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I climb onto the top of the inn just to get a higher perspective to see if I see anything.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And easily enough, yeah, you can get up on top of the Blue Water Inn. And you notice there's a little squared, perched off area on the very top of the inn that you weren't aware of from the ground level. Looks just about right to actually like take advantage from.
Okay.
And I want to see if there's anything up there real quick because it's an actual place in the thing.
Oh, really? Okay.
Since you're going up there, you might as well go up there. So let's see.
1 billion gold just sitting up there.
I suspect it's where the Ravenfolk pit.
A portal to
Probably.
Barovia.
Probably like filled with like
Bird
poop.
droppings.
It's like, it's
and
raven
bird
poop.
droppings and feathers.
Yeah, exactly. It's just raven poop everywhere.
There are 130
that's
pigeons
the wrong
sitting in
map.
a room.
That's the wrong map. Wrong map. That's the wrong map.
Oh yeah, that's the guy. Yeah.
Yeah, they all look the same on their
Yeah.
vertical maps sideways. Give me a
Yeah.
second. Where in the fuck is my tavern? There it is. There. Perfect. Yep. And you are on basically a roost with a number of piles of hay and straw. And make a perception check for me as you look around from the roof.
Okay, since I'm doing perception again, I'm really terrible at perception.
No, you get perception. 11. What is this called? That is Q. In Q. All the Qs. That is not Q. Why would you lie to me? That's into Q. It's a whole different Q. All the Qs. I hate this.
The only Q I know is from
Yeah, Q, the best Q.
the biscuit.
My mind went to Bond.
No.
But that's
Gotcha.
fine. But I am.
Yeah, so up here, as you kind of like get onto this flat point and you look around, you don't notice down any of the streets or alleys any Irina or children or anything else. However, you do notice two clear like top hatches of trapdoors and a small iron chest on the roof as well.
Is it small? Is it small in the sense that I could pick it up, or
Probably about the size of your forearm widthwise or lengthwise, I would say.
okay? I pull out my quarterstaff real quick and I just kind of bump the chest real quick just to see if it does anything.
No, it doesn't move its spot.
Okay, I just wanted to say like it wasn't like going to explode or weird.
No. It's just like a little iron chest. Tiny
Okay,
thing. And you see a number of feathers and shit up here, but
feathers and shit.
feathers and shit, yeah. On the both.
But you said there's 2 trapdoors.
2 trapdoors, yeah, and you don't see any anything in the street itself.
Okay, I open up both trapdoors and just kind of look down real quick to see.
You see 2 ladders down. One goes into a bedroom, and the other, into another bedroom.
Okay, I pick up the chest, and I'm assuming it's a clear drop to the bottom, right?
What do you mean?
Like
Drop to the
it's
bottom,
I'm
right?
like I could if I toss the chest, it's like I'm not going to be hitting the roof, or like I could just toss it in the middle.
I mean, you could.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I just yell down to Branwyn, like Branwyn, I found a chest.
Secret chest.
Does
What about Irina? What a
Yeah.
chest.
I found a chest. And I go here,
Really?
and I throw the chest off the roof to the floor. I go, just watch out.
You fool!
jeez.
How many floors is this building
it lands
tall?
on my head. I die. GG.
1 square is 5 feet. The staircase is... How tall is this building? Damn it.
I thought there was like,
Ah.
what, 3 stories? Well,
Yeah,
2 stories
3
of the little...
stories. I'm trying to see.
Because I'm technically like in an attic.
Yeah, you're like on the top of an attic thing. You know, upper floors. Of course, it doesn't give me a building height. Let's say 10 floors. Let's say 10 feet of floor. That sounds about right, right?
Yeah.
Cool, perfect. Okay, 10 feet of floor. 3d6.
God.
The health of a chest is probably not 13. If I had to guess. What's the health of a chest? Da-na-na.
I cast
Depends
healing word
what
on the
made
chest.
of.
Yeah. I mean, it's looking to see what it's made of. It's an iron
said-
strongbox, so possibly.
So it's probably fine.
Yeah, that's the only reason I thought I could do it, because I'm not like super high up.
Yeah, it's an iron strongbox. It takes the damage. It rolls on the ground. It's still intact. Yeah.
Yeah. I figured
Jeez, Kelma.
I
mean,
don't
it
do
left like a indent in the ground where it landed, but it's there. Yeah.
Like, and then I just kind of stick my head in the, because we've been in all the rooms, the bedrooms. I stick my head in both the hatches and see if I recognize if it's like, I'm assuming it's probably the Markov's bedroom and the kid's bedroom.
Mm-hmm. Probably right. Yeah. But yeah, as you look around, you don't see any Irenas.
Okay.
And as you look down into those hatches, you did notice beds and things. So yeah, just the kids and the moms probably.
Okay, so I just close the hatches. I'm not trying to.
Yep. Took the chest off the roof, but leave the hatches were there. Got it.
Yeah. And I stick my. You said there's hay piles.
Yeah.
I stick.
piles
Yeah,
of straw.
I stick my, since I found a chest up there, I kind of swish my quarterstaff through the hay piles to see if anything else is there other than bird poop and hay.
No, just hay.
Okay.
Poo, hay, and straw.
Yeah. But I didn't see Irene
no
or
Irenas
anything.
up top or anywhere around.
Gotcha.
No.
I just yell out like, no sign of Irina, John, and the boys.
And the sun has now more or less set on the land of Barovia. And still nobody coming up the street as you see businesses now begin to light candles and lanterns in the window and things like that. The few businesses that are still around the area, and not completely shut in on at this point.
I jump off the roof, do a little back flare, just because I can, without damage.
You have an iron chest on the ground and still no Irina and the street in front of you. But another 30 or so minutes pass. No Irina, no kids, no John.
At this point, I'd probably leave in search of her with any luck.
I stick my head in to the inn. Do I see the Markovs?
You would see them, yes. Danica and Erwin are still.
I walk up to the wife and I'm just like, Irina and the boys are missing. Can you send some people out to help scout the area? We're probably gonna help try to look too. And then I kind of glance at Mr. Monster Hunter, and I just kind of just give him this look like moron.
You know, looks back at you like, listen, you try and stop her when she's got her mind set on something.
And I take my quarterstaff to the nearest table and I slam it on the table really hard. Like, not hard to break the table, but make a loud noise. And I'm like, go. You had one job.
I had 3 jobs. I had to train the John, and I
left. I walk out.
Babysit the brother. We'll be back.
He kind of looks over at his mark. You look like you could use a drink. And he pulls up a drink. begins to shoot and
We gain
fire with his mark.
we gain one and lose the other.
Yeah, I know. It's like we keep swapping them out.
It's amazing how Barovia works.
It's
As you,
awful.
who's going out as a search party? Everybody, all or no?
Raise his hand.
Raises his hand.
I'm assuming we're all just
what
going
the
as
hell?
Oh,
assuming-
what the hell?
I'm assuming we're all leaving as a group.
Do we
you
want a
all
group or
set-
do we want to split?
Ooh, split.
As you all set off into the night.
Oh
Torches
yes,
raised
6
for those of
different
you who can't
individual
see.
quests.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Deciding to go left or right or front or back or whichever way in this huge 2,000 person town of Alaki.
You know what? I'm going to, even though I'm not that great at it, I'm going to check the ground and see if I could see not just footsteps, but smaller feet, aka like children.
Make a survival check for me.
Who wants to go with me?
Nope. Don't see
I'll
shit.
follow.
Nope. It's cobble roads. You would not see tracks. As you all stand in the night air of Valaki, with the clouds parting above, the rain slowly stopping, and the moon slightly cresting into view. That's where we're going to end this session. You all can figure out your pathing next time.
Cool.
Man.
Well, you all have made it out of Castle Ravenloft, alive, and potentially with a plan.
Potentially.
Yeah, except the plan just walked off.
Yeah, the plan just walked off because we left her with Mr. Incompetent.
Jeez.
You are talking to crazy racist vampire hunter who trapped himself here purposefully God knows how long ago with no intention of leaving.
Oh.
Just saying.
Yes.
The most wise person maybe that is not. Vampire hunter extraordinary, yes. Stupid man, also yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he's a
all right.
Octavia. Anyway,
Yeah.
close it out for us, my guy.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for coming on out. Do truly appreciate you guys hanging on out. This episode, the full episode, will be uploaded to the One Shot Tavern. Make sure you subscribe to the One Shot Tavern if you ever want to keep up with anything that's going on with the streams and the VODs. I just put a link to that in the chat right now. I really appreciate your support over there. You guys have a great night. And if you enjoy video games and you want to check out my channel, the Digital Boundaries channel is now having a refocus on adventure and RPG games for news, let's plays, and first looks on some of the latest titles, both AAA and indie. So if you want to subscribe and check the stuff out there, the latest of the refresh look is up when we talk about a brand new JRPG made by some people who have a lot of work with Squaresoft and Final Fantasy and even Vagrant Story. So it should be a pretty interesting thing. But thank you guys for coming out. If you want more D&D, we'll be back next Sunday at 3 p.m. for more episodes of Curse of Strahd. Take care, all.